Cronenworth over the right center field wall. His first home run of the season. It's a 2-run shot, and the Padres now lead it 4-0.
I got to say, about 5 minutes before that ball was hit out of the ballpark, I wrote on my notes on a scorecard, man, Jake looks bad. He saved it. He saved it with that 2-run homer. I thought the Padres looked bad, but they looked pretty good the last few innings. Once they get the starting pitcher out of there, things changed dramatically. Welcome into Gwynn and Chris, everybody. Happy to be with you on a Wednesday, middle of the week get-together here. We got 4 full hours with you until, well, almost 4 full hours.
Yes, please talk about this.
Sammy Levitt couldn't get done with the post-game show. We gave Sammy Levitt like an hour and 40 minutes for the post-game.
Yep.
And yet he still ran over.
The guy always tells me, before I leave the studio, he says, if you want to know how a real radio show works, listen.
You get in and out on time.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way with Sam. Come on, man.
He didn't come close. We're on at like 2:06. Come on,
Jeez,
Sammy.
We were sitting out there waiting for him.
I thought he was going to take the post-game show for like 3-4 hours today. I mean, he must have felt good to him. Look, let's be honest. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to tell you right in advance, straight up right now. It's 2:00. I am not really thrilled with how the Padres played today.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of things that concern me going forward, and I think they're fair concerns. But I'm going to start with the fact that when you open a season 1-4, to come home after this road trip at 6-6, I think it's pretty good.
Yes,
it really is. So let's feel good about where they are, not where they could be, and where things could take them if they don't turn a few things around. One thing they did today, they got the running game going. They'd only stole 5 bases all year until today. They stole 6 today. And if you're not going to hit home runs, and it doesn't look like they're going to be hitting them anytime soon, the Padres right now have 7 home runs in 12 games. So if you're not going to hit any home runs, you're going to have to run. You got to create some runs. You got to do some things on the bases. And I credit them for doing that. And Craig Stammen for, having his guys be aggressive today. I thought one of the more underrated things that happened in the entire game today was that in the 9th inning, after Castellanos got on base there with a walk, took him out and brought Bryce Johnson in, and he immediately stole second, and the next thing you knew, they had a big inning. These are the things that, you say, well, it's an easy one for the manager. Yeah, well, okay, but he did it, right? It helped you win the ball game. So, you're going to have to run. You're going to have to be aggressive. I think that the Padres always want to be. The situation hasn't been presenting itself that much this year, but today it did. They took full advantage of it. Top Ramon played a great left field today. Thankfully. I don't know how many runs he saved just by himself diving and making catches out there. Michael King, if you're going to give me 5-6 innings every time like this, that's going to be winning baseball. And the 9th inning is just a given. It's an absolute flat-out given with Mason Miller. The 7th and 8th, I got a lot of concerns about right now. Either that or Jason Adam better get back tomorrow.
I think that's what they're waiting for, is for them to come home.
Because the Padres' strength is that bullpen, but that bullpen is scaring the daylights out of me right now. Kyle Hart got out of that 7th inning, but he gave up his inherited runners. That's almost a given now with the Padres in those middle innings. Peralta's given up, I don't know how many, 7?
I think 112.
Yeah, it seems like 100 inherited runners. Estrada,
I'm not sure what's going on.
Estrada pitched the 8th inning today. If the fences were in by 5 feet, the Pirates would have scored 6 runs off Estrada. So look, that's shaky, but Mason Miller is unbelievable. I've never seen a guy, and I'm going to say never. I've been watching baseball a long time, Scraby. Come on, the guy has faced 18 hitters this year. He struck out 13 of them. I give the last kid some credit. Mangum, the number 9 hitter, put his bat on the ball.
Yeah.
That surprises me now with Mason Miller. It's absolutely like a man against the boys. So, I'm loving that. And the fact that they're 6-6, they could be in a whole lot worse shape, I think, right now.
Totally. The
way the season has started. You've, like I said, you've only hit 7 home runs. Your superstar player is, swinging like a rusty gate, basically. He's got 1 extra base hit for every 4 games he's played. That is not what you're paying Fernando Tatis Jr. $38 million for. I know that I know that he was 1 for 5 today. If you just look at the box score, and he had an RBI and he stole home and he made a good catch in right field. But if you're watching the games, we're seeing a Fernando up at the plate looks completely lost right now. I will say this. I looked it up last year. He hit 184 in the month of May last year. So this can happen, and it does happen to really good hitters throughout a season. And I'm hoping for Fernando it's just now, because I'm not seeing him hit the ball ever with authority. I know Tony, every time I bring it up to Tony, he says, I'm seeing good at bats. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing that. I don't know if Tony's being hopeful or if maybe he sees something that I'm not seeing, and I'm just trusting Tony's opinion.
I've been thinking about this a lot because like former pro athletes, they can actually understand what it's like.
Right.
But for us, like his at bats don't look great. And they don't look great because he's just flailing at pitches.
Yeah, so he got himself out on the first pitch 3 times today. The other 2 times he struck out. Or he got himself out on the first pitch his first 2 times up. The other 2 times he struck out. Again, I'm not paying Fernando $38 million to hit, 5 hop bouncing ground balls into left field. It did get a run in. It contributed to the victory. But Fernando's here to, knock the ball against the fence. So without him hitting, Manny's got 1 good swing all season, really, maybe a couple, but we haven't seen much out of Manny. With all of these things, 6-6 is okay. I'm going to take it. And I'm going to move on from that, and I'm going to hope that there's better things ahead. We'll go through all of it on Notes on a Scorecard coming up at the bottom of this hour. I had a lot of comments, a lot of thoughts about the game today, and I got to be honest with you, even though we won 8-2, Scrape, it wasn't a lot of happy stuff that I saw out there today. If you can't, it drives me crazy. I know I'm old school. If you don't know how to execute a rundown, things like this, these are things that bad teams do. And I don't think the Padres are a bad team, but they're doing things that bad teams do. They don't ever move a runner from second to third with nobody out. These are the things that are going to cost them, unless you're just so good that you can knock the ball over the fence all day, but they don't do that. So they got to do little things a lot better than they did today. The Pirates contributed with 3 errors. The Padres got 4 unearned runs. And through 12 games of the season, Scraby and I are kind of keeping an unofficial tab on this.
Yes.
The Padres, the one thing they've done great is take advantage of when other teams screw up.
Yep.
The Padres are getting a lot of gift runs right now. Stuff that's coming in on walks, stuff that's coming in on double steals where the catcher throws into center field, stuff where a rally starts with an error twice. Both rallies today started with an error. They're doing a good job of that. But can you count on that forever as well? So, look, 6-6, I don't know whether to, I'm happy because they could be worse. But
it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, well, I'm not pleased how they're playing. And I hope that, they recognize some of this as well. You get on the plane, you leave it, in Pittsburgh, you start a homestand tomorrow. Don't look now, the Rockies are winning again today. They're going to maybe come in here with the same record you have, which is shocking in itself.
That is.
But I like to see good baseball played. The wins and the losses take care of themselves. I like to see good baseball. I didn't necessarily see a lot of that today from the Padres. And for those of you who say you're never critical of the home team, maybe now you're saying, God, Chris, you're pretty critical considering we won 8-2. So you can't have it both ways.
I think people are a little like, hey, why can't we just enjoy a win? But I do understand what you're saying. I mean, and you're actually, your job is to point this stuff out.
I think so. And I'm happy that they won. I started by saying, 6-6, I'm good. Let's get on the plane. Let's come home. But when we get home, let's play better.
Yeah,
I think they can play better than what they're doing. We'll go over a lot of it, as I said, in the notes on a scorecard. Some other things here on this Wednesday. Mark Ziegler is going to be on the show today. I got to ask Mark Ziegler how I try out for the Aztec basketball team. They have a lot of openings on that roster now.
Maybe Tony can because he can blow by guys.
Tony can, if his hamstring is healed, we can get Tony on that squad. They had what do they get? 19 guys in the portal right now. It's I don't think it's a mess. What it is it's college basketball. This is what the NCAA has created. And, I saw a really good take from a guy who makes a lot of good takes, Jay Billis, last night. And, they asked him about whether this is good for the sport, etc. Jay Billis said, this is what we have because for 50 years, and Jay Billis is right, he said for 50 years, the NCAA took advantage of these athletes, didn't give them a dime, and didn't come up with a way for them to share in the success of NCAA basketball. They had 50 years to come up with something. They never even looked at it. And now it's gone completely out of their control to where players are just leaving teams every 5 minutes. As a matter of fact, by one estimate, 50%, I want to ask Ziegler what his take is on this too, but 50% of athletes with eligibility left on men's basketball are in the portal right now. That's one out of every 2 players around the country. That can't be what we want. And Jay Billis said right now the NCAA is in Washington, D.C. begging, the government to give them back antitrust so they can stop these players from making the money. But there's too much toothpaste out of the tube now. And as Jay Billis said, they had 50 years to figure something out and make it equitable for everybody, and they never paid attention to it. So they're getting what they deserve. Unfortunately, I think it's not great for us. So we'll talk with Ziegler about that. Also today, we got a big 5. We're going to get a Chris First the Fans today.
Yeah, we do have some Padres tickets to give away.
We got more Padres tickets to give away. We've been doing that the last couple of days. I want to congratulate Scraby.
Whoa.
He's got a 4-day hit streak on our picks to hit.
Yeah.
Last night, Ryan O'Hearn kept you going. No, he didn't get hit today, but you didn't have to pick him today.
No.
So 4 straight for you, Scraby. I had my streak ended last night because Jackson Merrill did not do what I thought he would do, which was, bear down against Paul Skeens, but he didn't come up with anything.
It's so unfair for a hitter. Like when a matchup like that happens, the pitcher has all
of course they do, but the batter gets 3-4 chances. You got to get me one. Jackson didn't come through, so I'll be starting a new streak tomorrow, hopefully. But Scraby's on to 4.
What did you think of Paul Skeens, real quick?
I'm not ready to put him in the Hall of Fame yet.
Tony said he was a nibbler, and he kind of nibbled.
What I saw for one start, I thought he was good.
Yeah.
And that's, I can't rate him on one start, but
I know.
I don't think he's, like I said, let's hold off before we put him in the Hall of Fame. I will say this, when they put up yesterday during the game on the screen, a graphic of the 3 Pirates pitchers to win the Cy Young Award. One was an old guy in the 60s, Vernon Law, so, 20 wins, whatever he had back then. The other was Doug Drabeck, who was a pretty good right-hander back in the day, won 22 ball games one year, 2 point something. And then they put Paul Skeens, 10-10. I know he had a 1.97 ERA. I know he struck out a lot of guys.
His team was terrible.
But 10-10, so what? Then you can't win the Cy Young. That's my thinking on it. It's a little too old school for a lot of people. Most people want to look only at the analytics and what was your strikeout rate? What was your run rate? What was your BAPIP? What was your, WAR FPS or whatever they got?
FIP.
Yeah, right. To me, I still think wins and losses matter. And if you're not on a good team, hey, Steve Carlton in 1972, you can look this up, Scrabe, if you're up for it, was on a Phillies team that won 53 games. 53 and 109.
Okay.
Maybe 56 and 106, but something like that.
Okay.
Steve Carlton won 27 games that year, and he won the Cy Young. It's a different age. I understand that. He pitched complete games. Skeens did not, but Steve Carlton found a way to win 27 games on one of the worst teams in baseball history.
He was that good.
Well, okay. That's Cy Young to me. Paul Skeens, 10-10. That's not Cy Young to me, but I was born yesterday. So, or what's the saying? I was born at night, not last night.
Oh, yeah. Or you stayed at a Holiday Inn Express.
I did. All right. So we're underway. Glad you're with us. We got a lot to get done. When we come back, it was a sad news today for somebody like myself, and I think many others. Talk about the passing of one of the great leadoff hitters in Major League Baseball history. A little tribute to former Padre coach Davey Lopes. As this show gets rolling, don't forget, notes on a scorecard at the bottom of the hour, Gwynn and Chris.
Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right, well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick, so goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scravy, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. It doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. It's not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right, well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick, so goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break and the commercials did not play, and the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scravy, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper.
Here's Davey Lopes. Hits the first pitch deep to left field. Roy White going back, all the way back. This ball is out of here. 3-0 Dodgers.
Davey Lopes passed away today at the age of 80. Very sad for a lot of us from my era of Major League Baseball. We welcome you back to Gwynn and Chris. 2:25 is the time. Padres over the Pirates today, 8-2. Padres will come home with a 6-6 record, taking on the Rockies tomorrow. And we'll have more on the Padres victory today. Our notes on the scorecard in just a moment. Scraby, I think all of us have people or celebrities or athletes, or maybe it's a family member, an uncle who was there, whatever it is. And I'm not trying to compare Davey Lopes to, a relative. But my point being, we all have somebody during our formative years, right? I'm going to say teenage years, that just kind of was a constant. Everywhere you looked, somebody you remember more than other people. And if you grew up in Los Angeles, which I did in the LA area in the 70s, and I did not like the Dodgers, but Steve Garvey was at first base, and Davey Lopes was at second, and Bill Russell was at short, and Ron Say was at third.
Wait, Bill Russell? He played basketball.
Bill Russell,
baseball?
after his basketball career, went to play shortstop for the Dodgers.
Shortstop.
He was good, yeah. He couldn't hit a flying drive over his head. But Davey Lopes, man, he was the guy. And like I said, I never really rooted for the Dodgers. But, I mean, in his passing today, I just think back to, Davey's impact, watching baseball. I watched every Dodger game that I could as a kid, and Davey was just such a great leadoff hitter, had power, ended up hitting a couple of 100 home runs in his career, but mostly it was the stolen base. He was the first guy that I remember before Rickey Henderson. Lopes had 557 steals. He once stole 32 in a row to set a record that had stood for 40 years. And if you know Vin Scully, the way he was building up on that streak, it just sounded even bigger than life, even bigger than it was. That record is now held by Vince Coleman, by the way, 50 in a row. But anyway, Davey Lopes was a hell of a player in, my time. And he passed today at the age of 80. We had Steve Garvey come in studio one day here. Same kind of feeling I have. These are guys that just are bigger than life for me. And Davey Lopes would go on to coach with the Padres for 4 years, 1995 to 99. He also was first base coach from 03 to 05. And I tell you, Tony didn't play when Davey was here because I really wanted to ask Tony about him. Tony started in 06, which was the year after Davey left. But I don't think there's any ever a smarter base stealer than Davey Lopes. And if you had him over coaching you at first base, that's a lot of knowledge as you were taking your lead off first. He knew how to get the job done.
Seems like Tony comes across a lot of these Padre figures.
I would think he knows Davey or knew Davey, and hopefully
or at least met him.
Yes, when we have him on tomorrow, we'll see what he can share on Davey Lopes. But to a lot of people, like in your era, Scraby, you were born after Davey Lopes' his career was over.
Yep.
You don't have the same thinking about it, but I know there's a lot of people that are kind of my age out there or in my in that generation. And I'm sure you remember Davey Lopes as being a hell of a player. Somebody like me, you probably rooted against. He's a Dodger. I never wanted Davey Lopes to ever get a hit. But he did. He did a lot of great things as a ball player.
That would be weird for me. I can't put myself in a place where I'm cheering for a team I did not like, and I didn't want the player to do well, but I'm really a fan of that player.
It's hard not to be. It's just not hard for me to not have a little respect for Lopes and Garvey and Say and Bill Russell, who actually was a shortstop, not the same Bill Russell, of course. But those four guys did do something that will never happen in baseball again. And that is they were the starting infield for the Dodgers for 9 years.
Oh,
that will never even come close to happening again in this day and age.
Can they defer? Maybe that will help them stay together. But you're right. That will never happen again.
I think, I know there was a funny line, Tim McCarver. You remember the broadcaster, Tim McCarver?
Yep.
And I've already brought up Steve Carlton. He's getting brought up again today. 2 mentions of the Hall of Famer Steve Carlton today. But Tim McCarver was Steve Carlton's personal catcher when he was with the Cardinals and then with the Phillies.
He was a Fox announcer?
He ended up, McCarver was the guy that as a broadcaster.
Yes.
But when Steve Carlton would pitch, everybody sat down and Tim McCarver was the catcher. And Tim McCarver, I think, once famously said when he died, he and Steve Carlton were going to be buried 60 feet 6 inches apart. So
that's funny.
It was funny, and I think that you could make the same joke about the Dodger infield. You
Yeah.
put Garvey over here, you put Lopes there,
That would
put
be.
Russell there, and Say over there somewhere. So anyway, sad the passing of Davey Lopes today at the age of 80. Passed away in Rhode Island. His wife told people the bad news today. Back to Mason Miller, who did finally allow a ball hit into play today. Do you know who maybe quietly celebrated that? Quietly.
Shohei Ohtani?
No. How about Jeremiah Estrada? Here's why. Because before, I don't know Mangum's first name for Pittsburgh, the number 9 guy today, but he grounded out to end the game against Mason Miller. That ended a streak of 11 consecutive hitters that Mason Miller had struck out.
I did see this.
And that means Jeremiah Estrada continues to hold the record of 13 in a row in 2024. So that was incredible.
That was incredible.
When Estrada did that, just imagining that 13 straight guys couldn't put the ball in play, I would say this. That record is in jeopardy soon. Mason Miller got stopped at 11 today. Doesn't mean he's going to not start another one tomorrow or the next day.
Let me ask you about this aspect of everything. Mason Miller, it wasn't a save opportunity today. Was having a talk with Adam before the show.
Should he have come in?
There's no day off tomorrow. So if he needs to close here in the next couple days, he might not be available, stuff like that. Do you think he should have come in?
I thought of the same thing. It'll be in notes in the scorecard, but I'll give you a little preview of it.
Okay.
I think Craig Stammen did him a solid today.
I think so, too.
He's from Pittsburgh.
Yes.
I think he wanted him to get the pitch there, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
Doing
but
one of your players a solid.
We'll see on Saturday when we need Mason
if he
Miller
has to go his
close
9th straight save. But yeah, I thought of the same thing. I think the other thing for Stammen, and we can ask him, tomorrow, but Mason Miller was warming up in the 8th inning because it was still a close game.
It was.
You don't want him to warm up and then not pitch. So I think there was 2 reasons why he used him against one reason not to use him. By the way, Mason Miller's scoreless streak right now, going back to last August, 26 2/3 innings. He's closing in on the Padres franchise record of 33.2 innings in 2006.
Ooh, 2006.
If you can name out there the Padre record holder for most consecutive scoreless innings, you win 2 tickets to see the Padres play the Mariners next Thursday.
Clayton Richard.
It's not Clayton Richard. Was it next Thursday or Wednesday, Scrape? The 15th we have the tickets for.
Wednesday.
Okay, a week from today, we have tickets to the Padres Mariners, 2 tickets, 833-288-0973. If you know this one, you are a true Blue Padre fan. You probably have to look it up. But either way, first to call in with the right answer, 833-288-0973. We got 2 tickets to see the Padres take on the Mariners. It's next Wednesday night, and the first 40,000 people that are there that night are going to get a Padres puffer vest.
It's Puffer Vest.
Puffer Vest. It's presented by State Farm, limited to the first 40,000 as mentioned. Layer up for the cool coastal nights. The versatile game day piece is one that you will be enjoying beyond the ballpark. 833-288-0973. 33.2. That is the all-time record for most consecutive scoreless innings by a Padre. Who holds that record? First to call will get it, and then we'll come back with notes on a scorecard. fast pace moving first half hour. Try to ease through the next segment here. Congrats to Austin. He said he read it somewhere and he remembered it, and it's a good thing you did, Austin. You're going to see the Padre Mariner game next Wednesday. A couple of free tickets. Get yourself a puffer vest because you knew that the Padres all-time record holder for the most consecutive scoreless innings. I mean, if you didn't know this or read it, you'd be guessing all day before you got to Clay Meredith.
Yeah.
Clay Meredith. I
guessed the wrong Clay.
You did. You had Clayton Richard. You were on the right path.
But it was Clay. It was his real name, Clayton Meredith?
I don't know, but it was spelled C-L-A. Clay Meredith.
All right.
So he was the record holder. Mason Miller is approaching that. He's within 7 of the record. All right, let's do some notes on a scorecard, Scraby. Let's go through the game today. It was an 8-2 win for the Padres over the Pirates. But, if you're just tuned in, I'm going to tell you, this is not the happiest of 8-2 scorecards.
What did Chris like? What does Chris want to clean up? Observations written on a grocery list. Notes on a scorecard starts now.
All right, my wife's grocery list is here. It's running out of pages, but she'll buy another one.
Man, that grocery list company gets a...
You like this particular one because it's got
the fruit and it's coffee on it.
Yeah,
it's got some strawberries.
It looks like a grocery list.
It does.
All right, first thing I put down today, leadoff hitting for the Padres. Not good. Don't know if you're aware of this. Laureano, easy fly ball and a 3-1 count. These things frustrate me just a little bit. I know it's not easy to hit, but 3-1, you need to be hitting line drives. Anyway, that said, Padre leadoff hitters, despite Laureano's 2 for 5 today, are hitting 140 this season.
Yeah, not great.
They haven't found the right guy yet. And maybe Laureano will be that. Maybe they just got to go back to Fernando. I don't know what they got to do, but 140 for your leadoff hitter is second worst in baseball.
The Padres over the last few years have struggled with that leadoff
Can't
spot.
find a guy. Davey Lopes would be perfect.
Well, let's get him on the team.
Let's resurrect Davey Lopes. Fernando is second up. We talked about him a little bit already, but pops out to the catcher on the first pitch. That's not much of a powerful at bat, I must say.
It's one of the most annoying outcomes in baseball.
You don't even get out of the batter's box.
No, and you just watch it happen too.
It's like, bloop. Yeah. Fernando's at 196 right now. He's barely below the Mendoza line. 3 doubles is all he has to show for 52 plate appearances. He did have an RBI today. He did have a stolen base today, but we are still searching for the real Fernando. We haven't seen him yet. Michael King comes up in the bottom of the first inning or second. Ryan O'Hearn, here we go with the 3-1 count. I've talked about this before, and this has got me more into it. When you got a 3-1 count and you're a hitter, you should be loaded up to really crush something. But the pitcher knows that too. And I give that to King on that at bat. Threw him a really beautiful curveball. And O'Hearn had no chance to swing at it. Got him out on an easy grounder the next pitch. It's part of the game that's going on between pitcher, hitter, catcher.
The game within the game.
It is. It's a big deal. I don't have the exact stats in front of me, analytics, but I know that if you 3-1 count, batters hit like 350. As opposed to an 0-2 count, they hit like 119. So the count is a big deal, and how pitchers and batters handle that is a big deal. Top of the third, you get a leadoff double by Sheets, but Bogarts lines out to short. He hit it hard, but you got to move these runners. We talked about this. Productive outs, especially when the team's not exactly mashing the ball. Andujar hit a soft bouncer to the first baseman after that. I'm not so sure that wouldn't have scored a run had the runner been moved over to third. These are things, are you being picky? Yeah, I'm being picky. But when you lose some 1-run games of the Dodgers in August, you're going to remember this kind of stuff. Connor Griffin showed him on the bench. Didn't look like he'd get off the bench. His wallet had $140 million in it.
That's a lot.
9-year contract today. I think about this. This is fantastic for him, etc. And give the Pirates credit. They're finally spending some money.
They're trying to keep some sort of superstar.
How do you couch that as Connor Griffin, though? You're 19 years old. You don't have anything accomplished in your career at all, and you're already richer than just about every player on the team. That would be a weird thing, I think.
It would be, but
how do you handle that?
I
don't
think
know
he's
how
going to
you
figure
handle
out
it.
real quick that with money comes a lot of pressure.
I think he's already under some pressure. All right, bottom of the third, they get a leadoff double. What do they do with it? Well, they get the first out, and then my least favorite play of the whole game. Runner at second, 1 out, ground ball back to Michael King. He turns, he sees the runner halfway between second and third, and he immediately throws it to third. Run down 101. 101, they teach you starting in Little League. When there's a guy in a rundown, take the ball, you run right at him. Everyone knows it. Michael King should know it. And I hate when they screw this up. I hate the fundamentals being boxed up this badly. Michael King threw to third. What happened? The runner ran right back to second. Everybody was safe. Now, it wasn't a great throw by Andujar back to second. I'll say that. But it should never have happened. Get the ball. Know what to do with it. Get that out. Those things drive me crazy. And I know people say, well, it's early in the season or it's a pitcher. Like I said, Michael King's been playing baseball since he's been 6 years old. I guarantee you he's been taught how to do a rundown. I know how to do it.
I mean, the Pirates already gave the Padres, remember when I think it was the first game of the series where there's too many guys at third base?
Yeah, and O'Hearn ended up getting thrown out. Yeah, those are mistakes medium teams can't make. No damage because Laureano made a nice catch in the inning on that line drive over his head. Went back, made a beautiful play. He ended up saving like 6 runs today himself.
He really did.
Out in left field. So no damage, but it drives me crazy. Bottom of the third, again, they get a leadoff double. O'Neill Cruz this time. I'm being too critical. I know it, but I'd like to see just a little quicker movement from Gavin Sheets. I know he couldn't get that one, but he missed one last night that he maybe could have got to. I think I'm going to have to live with it. He's just a big, lumbering guy at first base. The good news for Gavin Sheets, if you hit a ground ball at him, he's going to make the play. He started 2 double plays today, so I'm going to live with that and just have to be agonized when there's a bouncer just out of his reach that goes down the line for a double.
There's also been some questioning of defensive positioning here in the recent couple days.
Look, you got left-handed hitters. What everybody does, you move the guy over to shortstop, the third baseman. But you're right, the Pirates keep hitting the ball where nobody is.
It seems like a lot of the teams are doing that.
Well, welcome to analytics. Don't blame Stammen. Blame analytics for that. All right, Cruz is on second. With nobody out, Brandon Lau hits a line drive to Fernando in right field. Fernando is running toward the line. His momentum's away from the play. He catches it, spins around, throws it in. Cruz is standing on second. I hate that. Again, it's bad baseball. Recognize the ball is going to be caught, get back and tag up with 1 out and get to third. You're O'Neill Cruz.
So you're mad at Cruz.
Yes, you're faster than hell. Get to third.
Yeah, he should be.
And I don't care how many home runs this guy hits. He's got all the skill in the world. I don't want him anywhere near my team.
He's a very raw player.
I can't stand him because of the way he plays. Anyway,
because he will end up probably dropping a fly ball. It's going to score a bunch of runs. He's a liability.
He didn't do it this series, but he'll do it again. After that, though, another first and second. Nice 3-6-1 double play again. Sheets started it. Bottom of the fourth, again, they put the leadoff man on the Pirates. Usually that finally gets to you at some point. But again, Sheets does it. 3-6 double play this time. Not easy to turn. So I want to give Sheets the credit when he's due the credit. Fifth inning, Andujar, single, stolen base. And I wrote this under the stolen base. It was the first of the day. I said, Padres need to do this more. I guess they heard me because they would end up stealing 6 bases today. This was the first.
They're like, the grocery list is going to say we need to do it.
The grocery list said steal more bases. Well, they finally did. They did not score that inning, but at least they got, a little movement going. All right. Another one that's bugging me. Bottom of the 5th inning. O'Neill Cruz is up again, 2 strikes, ball is called. Campusano challenges, strike 3, inning over. Campusano has showed me that he's good at challenging. Fermin has showed me that he's terrible at challenging. Somebody put a muzzle on Fermin and tell him to stop challenging, especially as he did last night in the first inning on a pitch that would have been strike 2. And you know what happened? The rest of that game yesterday, because they blew the challenge, there were so many close pitches yesterday that the Padres could not challenge.
That is
It's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
You can't mess those up, especially in the first inning. Unless if you have bases loaded and it's a walk or a strikeout, go ahead, take the shot. But if it's just any old pitch on an 0-1 count, you can't challenge that, because if you're wrong, it screws up your team the next 7 innings.
Yes, it does.
And Fermin's done that twice now.
We are now seeing this. Like, that is a thing. You lose your challenge early in the game, it will haunt you.
And I know you have a second one, but you don't want to use that one
because if
now.
you lose that one, then
you
you're
need
done.
it in the 9th inning. But if you're going to challenge, bring Campusano in. He's been really good at it. 6th inning, Laureano base hit. Tatis shows bunt. 2nd day in a row. That tells me right there that Fernando's not right.
I thought about this. I was like, what?
He's not paid to sacrifice.
No. It's not, even if he's surprised, it still doesn't matter. Like, the surprise bunt wouldn't have done really anything right there.
Well, he struck out anyway. He struck out after a 3-0 count. He ended up striking out. Top Ramon steals 2nd, and then is awarded 3rd on a terrible call by the umpire. Thank you very much. Laureano was out, trying to steal 3rd. The 3rd baseman, York, caught the ball, put the tag down. The umpire goes, he was blocking the base. They showed the replay. It wasn't even close. Thank you, but you got to start making calls like that. And if you can't challenge that, then they put it in the rule that you can, because I don't think the Pirates could challenge the call. They should have been able to. Laureano should have been out. Thank you very much. Laureano gets 2 stolen bases today. That one was a bit lucky. Padres didn't score. Maybe that's how it should have been, because the call was
Ball
blown.
don't lie.
Sorry?
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. Thank you. All right, now we're through 6 innings, no score. It's going to be a battle of the bullpens. What did I write down? Padres should win.
Okay.
Battle of the bullpens. They should win. Didn't take long. E6, double, Castellanos.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I had my doubts on Castellanos, but so far, 5 RBIs. He's coming through. He did again today. Cronenworth, homers.
Yes.
On a day where he's just not looking like anything, batting 9th.
He needed that.
Almost looks like an afterthought out there. Big hit for him. Fernando, again, goes 0 for 4, but now you got a 4-0 lead. Here's where, again, Stammen is going to get questioned. 93 pitches early in the season. Should King have started the 7th? Stammen said yes, he started the 7th, single-double. The only thing I will give Stammen credit for, at least he already had Kyle Hart up and ready if needed, and he was needed. So at least he didn't oops, I better get somebody up.
Yeah.
Because it would have been too late maybe. But Kyle Hart came in, and, Campusano gets another strike call for him on Griffin. Nice snag by Laureano, keeps it to a sac fly. But before it's done, Kyle Hart gives up both inherited runners, and the struggles continue from the bullpen. And this is an issue. Right now, I have no confidence in any other reliever other than Mason Miller. I don't see how anybody out there can either. 8th inning, Estrada comes in. A bomb to center field is caught. A line drive that Laureano lays out for is caught. And an even deeper bomb to right center is caught by Fernando, with Merrill almost running into him.
There's been some miscommunication out there.
Well, I thought that was fair communication. You got to go. All
right.
And then give way. Merrill gave way, got out of his way. Fernando
caught
see
them
it.
Run into each other.
No, well, they didn't. It was good, but that did not make me feel comfortable about Estrada that inning, although he didn't give up anything. 9th inning, Connor Griffin celebrates by his big contract by committing his first big league error. Congratulations, give him the ball. And once again, this is where the Padres seem to do something when they get an error. Campusano an RBI double. Hey, 2 RBIs now for Luis. 2 more
starting to turn the other way.
Doing a little something, and the way Fermin's hitting, which is nothing.
Yeah, he's not doing it.
Campusano may get even more playing time. Some more errors in the inning. They throw the ball into center field. It's 8-2. Mason Miller gets to pitch in Pittsburgh. His strikeout string ends at 11. So the last guy hits the ball, Mangum, to end the game. But congrats. 8-2 is your win. And the notes on the scorecard is
in the books.
It's in the books. All right. Very good.
There was a lot going on in that game too.
A lot happening, and we got it all in. Let's do some daily gambit. What else is happening in sports?
It's been a while since we've done that.
Well, we'll find out what's happening when we come back. Ziegler's in the next hour, and more. Gwynn and Chris ahead.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello! Eric, how you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So.
What are you thinking to see it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello! Eric, how you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So
What are you thinking to see it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place, so I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited.
Hour number 2 of our Wednesday get-together, middle of the week. Padres are back to 500. I shouldn't say back to 500 because pretty sure this is the first time they've been at 500 this year, right? They started 0-2.
No, didn't they make it to 5-5 before they... I don't. Maybe I'm wrong.
No,
I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, they were 4-5 after leaving Boston.
Oh, there you go.
Fell to 4-6. Now they're 6-6. Oh wait, no,
they didn't.
5-5.
Yeah, they went 5-5.
Yeah, all right. They're back to 500. Like I said, Scraby's right. I should always listen to him.
Save that clip.
Yeah, no kidding. Padres are coming home. They'll probably get in tonight sometime. We have a epic.
Probably a good early arrival.
I would think so. What time they would leave? Maybe 1:30 or 2 after the game Eastern time. And
I'm gonna go look for their flight right now.
No, the game started at 12:30.
It started at 12:35 their time, so you get through. Probably take off at 6 hours, midnight, 9 p.m.
Okay. Speaking of 9 a.m. tomorrow, we will have the epic Padres Roundtable. And guess who is going to be part of the epic Padres Roundtable tomorrow? None other than Mark Mudcat Grant. Special guest on the epic Roundtable tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited just to have Mudcat here for sure. That'll be at 9 a.m. tomorrow from 9 to 10. Commercial-free 60 minutes of all Padre talk coming up on the Epic Roundtable tomorrow. We are broadcasting right now from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Mark Ziegler will join us on the SDCCU fan hotline a little bit. Not big bang banking. It's better. Jorge Soler was just batting and for the Angels. Guess he's in the appeal of his suspension.
In the appeals process, yes.
Did you see? I mean, if you didn't see the fight last night, most Major League Baseball fights, I say, don't even bother, right? Everybody runs out.
Yeah,
they push and
it's
shove.
much to do about nothing.
And everybody goes back. This one actually was some fisticuffs.
It was a good one.
Reynaldo Lopez showed some form, trying to get the fist up to protect himself.
He's like,
he and Soler, man, they went hard at it last night. And Soler was finally stopped from attacking Reynaldo Lopez, the Braves pitcher, by Braves manager Walt Weiss with a perfect tackle.
Perfect tackle.
Out there by second base. So,
I need to show this to like Pop Warner kids.
Yes,
and be
right.
Like,
if you want to know
this is how you tackle.
If you want to tackle like Braves manager Walt Weiss did. So,
by the way, the Padres are 7:30 is their
7:30 is your arrival time. You say, okay, well, you'll be monitoring.
There's some storms in the area. They might have to fly around them.
Oh no! Rockies come in tomorrow. Just so you're aware, the Rockies last year swept one series the whole year. They are about to sweep the Astros, leading 9-1 in the 8th inning today.
I don't like that.
They're going to come in at 6-6.
Don't even say it.
And they're going to have the same record as the Padres did.
I'm not even worried about that. I'm just worried about all the times that we looked past the Rockies and they ended up beating the Padres. And
not last year.
Not last year. You're right.
I think the Padres won 10 out of 13. Everybody won 10 out of 13. But 4-game series will start tomorrow. All right, let's get to some what do we call this? It's been a long time.
The Daily Campus.
Yeah, that one. I forgot all of a sudden.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault. It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. The chat real quick on that fight said it was a fair fight. Reynaldo Lopez had a ball in his hand that he was punching with, and Jorge Soler had his helmet. So that's a fair fight.
I just, they squared off for a second.
They really
there.
did.
Yeah, Lopez
They
got
were
the
former teammates, too.
Yeah, that gets thrown out the window when a ball's whizzing by your head.
Well, I guess it probably is because Soler hit the home run, and then the next at bat he got hit by the pitch, and then the next at bat he buzzed his tower, and he was over it.
I don't think you mind getting hit once, but when they throw at you again, you're not pleased.
All right, we didn't make any bets, obviously.
No, we don't have any bets. The Yankees are 8-2. Good start for them. Dodgers 9-2. Yeah, they just keep rolling. Ohtani's been on base something like 43 games in a row, something
crazy.
like that. Second place coming into today was O'Hearn at 19, but the Padres ended his streak today. Dodgers have won 5 in a row. They're just annoying. They take on Toronto again. I don't know what Toronto's like a shell of itself. And their manager last night had every right. He had every right to. I mean, this isn't rooting for or against Kevin Gausman. He didn't do anything wrong. The umpire said he didn't stop.
Yeah.
He totally stopped. And what Schneider, the manager, was saying, all these other 3 guys are looking and nobody did a thing. Yep. So why are you saying it? He was really livid and he had a right to be. Dodgers don't need any help.
The Blue Jays manager gets really red when he
got a little red.
Mad.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. All right, Yankees are 1.5 over the Athletics tonight. Athletics are 3-7. The Yankees, I just said, are 8-2. Going for the sweep. Scrabe. Any love
Shea
for the Athletics?
is he's quieted off or cooled off.
Got 5 homers, still leading the baseball.
No, I think the Yankees are going to take this one.
All Yankees. I'll take the Athletics. Why not? Mark Kotze. Framber Valdez, 5.5 strikeouts tonight for the Tigers at Minnesota. Tigers are off to a poor start, 4-7. Mariners are off to a poor start, 4-9. Red Sox, 4-8. Blue Jays, 4-7. So there's some good teams that are off to bad starts in the American League. Tigers are one of them, but Valdez against the Twins. I'll take over. I take over every time on these strikeouts, and then it doesn't happen a lot.
I mean, the Twins are pretty bad.
I think they are, but they beat Tarek Skubal last night.
They did.
So
I will go over.
You're going to go over as well. All right, let's go to the NBA, the league where teams don't try to win.
Well, it's true.
And that's all anybody is talking about in the NBA these days. And whether it's true or not, the NBA better recognize they've got a problem.
They do have a problem.
Because that's all anyone is thinking about is all these teams tanking games on purpose. That's not what you want your product to be, I wouldn't think.
No, Adam Silver, for as many good things as he's done, he's let this get away for a little bit.
Yes, he's let it slide completely out of control. The Wizards last night, for example, who are 40 games out of the playoffs, started 2 G League guys.
Could you say that they're just trying to figure out what their future is?
You could, but you
also know the truth.
You know the truth. I mean, teams don't want to win. They do not want to win. A couple teams that I think do want to win are the Cavs and the Hawks. They play each other tonight. Possible first-round playoff matchup. The Hawks have been all that ever since they traded Trae Young. That's all they had to do was get rid of that guy. What people thought was their best player. He wasn't. He was their best scorer. There's a difference. Cleveland's favored by 3.5 tonight. Scraby.
I will go with Cleveland.
Still going to stay with Cleveland despite my building up the Hawks there.
Yes, I mean, the Hawks, that's got to be a terrible feeling to know that your team's better without you or your former team.
And the team you went to is the Wizards, who probably haven't won a game since
he
he's
chose
been there.
the Wizards.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The Hawks immediately went on an 11-game winning streak after they traded him.
That's crazy.
11 in a row.
That is crazy.
14-1, 14-2, 8. I got them 18 of their last 21 wins, the Hawks, with Trae Young gone. I'll take the Hawks after all that. All right, here's a different one. We got 2 blowouts tonight, or at least they're supposed to be. Detroit at home over Milwaukee. And what's up with Giannis?
Oh.
There's a big thing with him now, whether he's really hurt, he's not hurt. I don't know why they're picking on him.
He's saying things
pick
that
on everybody
team,
else who's not playing.
I think the team and Giannis are starting to hate each other.
Yeah.
And I think they're going for a divorce.
Yeah, it looks like it. Did you hear the other thing about the Lakers? Austin Reeves got sent to the Dallas doctors the other day when he got hurt, and the Lakers say that they looked at the wrong body part.
They imaged the wrong oblique.
Going on out there.
Jeez. I mean, that's a pretty bad mistake. Well, if you're a doctor, you should know which is the left and the right side.
And if you're a doctor, your goal should be to take care of the patient before all else.
Yeah.
I don't get what's happening. The NBA, I can't wait for the playoffs to start because I do enjoy some good playoff basketball where I do believe the teams will be trying to win. But for now,
you would
think. All right, so do the Pistons beat the Bucks by more tonight, or does Denver beat Memphis by more tonight? And that game is a -3. Is that confusing?
No.
You're looking for the spread. Denver -3 or Detroit over Milwaukee. Who wins by more?
I think Cade Cunningham's coming back. I don't know if you said that. I'm going to go Detroit.
Yeah, I like Detroit here too. OKC -7.5 at the Clippers. This could be a first-round playoff matchup. Clippers are in the 8th spot right now. Depending on the play-in, they could match up with OKC in the first round. But, OKC is what they are. I mean, they just blow everybody out every game. I'm going to take the Clippers because I don't like OKC, and I don't mind saying it. All I can think of when I watch them play is SGA getting away with everything, and that's the league's fault also.
There's a lot of problems.
They don't want to call it.
They also travel.
I don't need to pick on him, but there's so many guys that do what he does. They push off. They travel. They fall hoping to get a call.
They flop, yeah.
They flop, and the league allows it, and not only allows it, they reward them. I pick on SGA because he's the highest profile guy on the highest profile team.
He's going to be back-to-back MVP.
He's not the only one who does it, though. They showed a clip of the other night. He did a follow against the Warriors. The guy wasn't within 5 feet of him. Got 2 free throws out of it.
That is annoying. I will say.
I'll take the Clippers here. Kawhi.
I'm going to go OKC.
OKC on the road. They're so good. SGA -3.5 points versus Kawhi.
Tonight? -3.5 versus Kawhi.
Yeah.
You know, I'll go with Kawhi. He scores.
Yeah, this is just a rooting interest here.
You just want to root for Kawhi.
I do. That's going to do it for our picks. There's not a whole lot of other games going on. Tomorrow, we should note, got the piano nearby?
Oh, of course.
Tinkle the ivories for me, Scrape, to remind everybody. There it is.
Hello, friends.
Hello. Tomorrow's the Masters.
It kind of snuck up on me.
It did. There's 91 entrants, I believe, this year.
Okay.
I am rooting for 90 of the players.
Are you not rooting for the guy who's the defending champ, Rory McIlroy?
You're darn right I'm not rooting for him. It was so funny. I said this yesterday playing golf, and one of the guys I play with, Scott, said, "Do you just hold a grudge for the rest of your life?" And I said, "Yeah, pretty much." It is
really crazy. Scott, I'm talking to you. It is crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to I don't like Rory, and I just can't be talked out of it anymore.
You know who my Rory is now? John Rahm. I cannot stand the guy.
Is
All
he
he
in
does
the
is
Masters?
complain, but he makes so much money.
He gets to be in the Masters. They give him
because he won a major a few years ago. Or whatever.
Well, Rory was the original complainer as far as I'm concerned.
But Rory didn't leave the PGA Tour for Live and then complain about Live being Live.
That's fair. I got to give Rory a little credit. He has stuck it out, and for that, I should give him a little benefit. But I don't.
So, who are you going to pick to win?
I don't know. Let me look at the.
You want to look at the leaderboard?
I want to look at the rundown. We'll talk about it a little bit when we come back. Ziegler's at the bottom of the hour. As Gwynn and Chris continues, we need some traffic, I think.
I think we're going to have to wait on traffic.
Oh, all right. Well,
let's actually play it. The date, I don't know. We'll see.
We don't know what traffic this could.
The date says one thing, but then
okay, I get an idea. Let's check the traffic in Cleveland.
Okay.
You have that handy?
Yeah, I think so.
From the 855 Get Ross.
All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yeah.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was a simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa Boulevard.
Ruffin Road can be a little rough sometimes.
Well, they could pave that. It wouldn't hurt. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt if they can't call it paved road. I know that.
Wait, your issue isn't the potholes in the road?
No, I'm used to that. So we come up on Claremont Mesa, and we're at the stoplight. I'm in the left-hand turn lane to turn left on Claremont Mesa. I'm the third car back. And there's 2 left turn lanes. There's 3 cars in line here. And then the going straight is also red. And that is backed up each of the lanes. So that I've got cars on my right. I've got cars on my left. I got 2 in front of me. I got people behind me. No big deal. Light cycles through. And our turn doesn't come.
Oh, no.
So the cross traffic gets to go again. And then the people coming across in our direction, they get to go again. And then for a second time, they skip our turn. Well, that's what I thought. So now...
Actually, you're not going anywhere. You're stuck.
Right, you're stuck.
You're not going anywhere.
And my first thought, of course, as a good scout or, athlete, is to look around. Is there any way out? Can I back up? Can I, I'll do anything. But there is nowhere for me to go.
No.
It happens a third time.
Whoa.
And I'm pretty clear at this point, this light's broken. And I'm starting to think, how are we going to get out of this? Am I going to have to call, the police to come and fix it? No one's going to know it's broken.
911 emergency response.
Yeah.
Emergency. Ruffin Road in Claremont. The light is stuck.
The light is stuck. And so this is 5 minutes probably, but you can imagine 5 minutes.
No,
that's a long time, right?
Time.
Well, when it comes to the 4th time, I finally start just leaning on my horn.
Oh.
I'm trying to get...
What are the people in front of you going to do?
Well, because there was a moment, you're right, after the traffic comes this way, it paused.
You want them to run the light.
You could at least, a couple people could run the light. We could get this going here.
You want them to run the light.
I did.
Break the law.
Well, they had to. Otherwise, we'd still be there. Anyway, so this is going on. So I'm starting leaning on my horn. The lady next to me looks at me like, what the hell are you doing?
Good for her. Good for her.
And good for her. Yeah. I'm like, ma'am, are you just clueless? Were you going to sit here the rest of your life?
She has faith that the light's going to turn eventually.
Evidently so. If it had gone again, the guy next to me on this side rolled down his passenger window. That starts to go down. I think he's going to be mad. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure the light's broken. Like, how do you not know this? We've all been sitting here for 6-7 minutes now. The 2 cars at the very front of the left turn lane are not budging. So they apparently are content to sit there for as long as it need be.
They also have faith that the light is going to turn.
But I have no faith.
What gives them that faith?
Yeah, but what gave them the faith? I mean, it had cycled through 4 times now. The 5th time, I was going to just have to get out of my car and walk up to that and go, will you please do something? Or get, and if you don't, and I would have,
something.
You know what I would have said? If you don't want to run the light, just get out of my way so I can run the light. I'm not sitting here the rest of the day. And finally, on the 5th time, the first 2 people ran the light, and the next person was able to get, you know what I mean? And after a couple more cycles through, I got out of there. But I don't know.
Did the light ever start working?
I don't know. If you're at Claremont Mesa and Ruffin Road, you might still be there. I don't know. This was 45 minutes ago or so.
Wow.
So my question to you is, how differently would you have handled this than I did? And I'll start with you, Tony. Would there have been any difference, or do you know?
I don't know if I would have laid on my horn.
You would have just never laid on it.
I think I might have maybe rolled down the window, see if I could talk to somebody, see what else.
See if anybody else was in on it?
I don't think I would have laid on my horn because, listen, what you're asking is for them to, which may not be easy for everybody, and that is the timing between when because they're waiting for their light to turn.
Yes,
right?
they were waiting for
the light's not going to turn. But that also then requires them to guess the exact kind of when the timing of when they can go. And
yeah, well, you know what? Figure it out.
I think a lot of people wouldn't be comfortable with
running the light,
with
even
running the
under
light.
these circumstances. Well, I think,
Not when there's other cars that could actually hit them.
okay, I think you're right. And the reason I think you're right is because of the 40 to 50 cars that were now piled up in my area behind me and around me. I was the only one honking.
Right, and
like
then
nobody else thought to do this. All right, so here's what happened. I was at the corner, and I'm going to call out the streets because who cares? It was Claremont Mesa Drive and Ruffin Road, which is pretty close to our radio station here.
Yep.
I had to run over and pick up a little cash from the bank. That was simple, trip before I came into work. And I'm on Ruffin Road, coming up to Claremont Mesa.
Back end, Fernando will come in by stealing home. 8-2 Padres here in the ninth.
Padres steal 6 bases today. That's more than they had going into the game for the season. They had 5 in the first 11 games. They ran wild on the Pirates today. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. Padres 8, Pirates 2. And the Friars won 5 of 7 after, that 1-4 start had everybody heading for the ledge.
It was a bad start.
It wasn't a good start, but things are a little bit better now. Tommy Fleetwood and Wyndham Clark had hole-in-ones today in the par 3 contest at Augusta. Have you been to Augusta?
No. No, but my grandpa, this is a famous story in our family. My grandpa took a bunch of people to Augusta years and years ago, but I wasn't included on purpose.
Because you were not behaving well.
No. I wasn't included because I wasn't a brother-in-law or a son. Or son-in-law, I'm sorry. Son-in-law or a son. Even though I got taken to everything. So I expected to go on this Masters trip, and then they had to deliver it to me. You are not going. You are staying right here. It was hard. It was hard, Chris.
Is that what led you to drinking?
It was a contributing factor. It was a contributing factor. I'll never forget that moment.
You know what my wife has been doing the last 3 years, unbeknownst to me?
What?
She puts in for Masters tickets every year. I didn't even know she was doing that. Yeah.
Wow.
She said, I've put in for them like 3 straight years. We obviously haven't got them, but I didn't even know she was trying that.
That's crazy. I wouldn't ever expect that.
I personally don't have a lot of desire to go. It's not on my bucket list like a lot of people's, but if she gets tickets, I'd like to go.
I think I want to go one day just because of the I
want to get an egg salad sandwich for $1.
And like the price, like people say when you walk into Augusta, it's like going back in time because you're not allowed to use your cell phone, or not really supposed to be allowed to use your cell phone, and everything is a cheaper price. Beer is like $1.50.
You get to drive down Magnolia Lane, I would think.
I don't think you can.
Oh, you don't? Well, only the golfers come in that way?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah. They put us riffraff on the
riffraff
parking.
Kevin Other X entrance.
Yes, it's parking over there.
The riffraff entrance. Well, we'll see if I ever get to go. I would honestly almost feel bad about getting to go if you didn't get to go.
Oh, don't worry about me.
But I would not want to. I would not want to make Lori have to go to Georgia with you. That wouldn't be fair.
No. If you guys win tickets, you should go, Chris.
You know what else my wife put in for, and I suggest to anyone out there, if you're thinking of this or haven't thought of this. She's already put in ticket requests for the Olympics.
Oh, my sister's
in 2028
all over this, and she is annoying me about it.
She's annoying you. My wife last night got an email from the Olympics, and apparently we have a window of opportunity now, which starts, I think, Sunday night. We have 48 hours to go in and buy some tickets. So we're pretty excited until I saw the price.
What's the price?
Well, it looked like, because I immediately go, let's go track and field. Let's do something cool.
Oh, yeah, you could get stuck in a lame sport.
Yeah, I don't want to go see a horse jumping.
Like ribbon dancing.
Yeah, I'm not into that. And I don't want to go see a soccer match in the Olympics. Like, I can go see one anyway.
Yeah, you want to see a sport you don't usually see.
I want to go see the golf tournament in the Olympics.
Yes.
I don't want to go to even a softball, tennis, one of those. So I want to do, be there at the some track and field at the Coliseum. I think it would be fantastic and exciting. Prices look like they start in the high 300s, and I think that's to not even be able to see the track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I saw tickets like over 1,000 each.
Oh my gosh.
So what I was thinking as I was looking at this, and we haven't gone deeper into the actual purchasing of the tickets yet. I'll tell you more about it on Monday once we do it, because I think we're going to, cave in and do it. But Who gets all that money? The athletes don't get paid.
No, I think the International Olympic Committee.
Do they just? I mean, they must make a gazillion dollars on the Olympics.
That's why it's a racket.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a racket. You're not paying the athletes. You're getting billions of dollars off of them.
Who gets all this money?
I honestly would.
$1,000 a ticket for track and field. There's probably 2 sessions every day, maybe 3.
And that's not even the medal rounds.
So you go in, then they then they bring in another 80,000 people, then out, and another. Yeah.
So you're going to get like qualifying.
You can sign up for what you want.
Okay.
But if you sign up for all the finals, that's going to be 2,000. They have it all figured out. There's not. Yeah.
I just.
But somebody's going to make an inordinate amount of money on those ticket sales. I'm going to ask Ziegler. He knows this stuff.
He does know this stuff, but I would think International Olympic Committee also, like, I just don't.
Because who do they have to pay?
Well, everybody, they have to pay all the workers.
No, there's no workers.
There's all volunteers.
Everyone's a volunteer. Everybody just wants to help out the Olympics.
Oh, because then they get to go watch the Olympics and things like that.
I want to be there. They on the website, there's a big thing for volunteers. We looked at it last night.
Are you going to volunteer?
No, I want to go.
No.
I'm a good volunteer.
I'm a
lousy volunteer.
I feel like ticket prices are just too high ever. Australian NFL fans are really mad because they're not able to get tickets for a reasonable price.
They want to go see an NFL game, and the NFL saying, "Okay, we're going to hold you hostage."
Yeah, what's the point of trying to grow your game if you're going to make it too expensive? Or the Olympics are supposed to be this thing where the world comes together.
I want everybody out there.
But you have to be rich to come together,
right? I want everybody to understand that there. Scraby and I are doing our best to look out for us. Not me and him, but all of us who would like to go to the Olympics.
Yeah, I want to go. I can't afford $300 for a ticket.
It's going to be in Los Angeles. It's a once-in-a-lifetime type opportunity, for a lot of people. Go up, you see whatever it is, swimming, you see gymnastics, whatever interests you. You want to go to the opening ceremonies. You can get tickets. You got to put it, you got to go through the right channels, but the money is absurd.
Apparently, they have to pay to convert SoFi to a water venue, and they have to pay for production elements.
Okay, well, that's going to cost.
Kalos thinks that maybe they have to rent the locations. I'm not sure about that.
But all right. Look, I know they have some overhead, but
yeah. But they're still making
the kind of money they're going to be making
because the Olympics doesn't actually have. Like their business is to put together the event. They don't need to pay for the cities to be ready and all that stuff. The cities have to pay for all of that. So they are making an incredible amount of money.
Yeah, and they're going to get some from me, it looks like. The favorite at the Masters is Scotty Scheffler. 5-1.
Yeah.
Second choice, John Rahm, 9-1. DeChambeau, 10.5.
Did you see what he's doing? DeChambeau?
Is he going to play left-handed?
No.
What's he doing?
He 3D printed his own 5-iron that he's going to be using.
What do you mean he printed his own?
He 3D printed his own 5-iron so that he could use it. He used the 3D printer and manufactured his own 5-iron. He's a weird
He's
dude.
A bit of a weird guy, yeah.
Give him some money and he's manufacturing clubs in his garage.
McIlroy's 12.5. Xander, 15. Ludwig Aberg, 16. Oberg, thank you. Cameron Young is a guy that you don't know about. He's third ranked right now.
Yep.
It's 21-1.
It's very good.
Might be a sneaky pick. And as soon as you say that, he'll just blow up.
He's
like everyone will pick him, and he'll be terrible. Koepka's in there, 37. And we got to take a break, so I can't give you any more. But the Masters does start tomorrow. Whatever happened to Dustin Johnson?
He signed with LIV.
I know, but he was like the greatest thing ever.
He was the Masters that everybody thought he was going to win, like running away with it.
25,000 to 1 now.
Well, that Masters, when he was supposed to win it, he ended up falling down and slipping, and his socks were too slippery, and he had to pull out of the Masters because he hurt his back slipping in his slippery socks. That's not a joke, and that's a real thing.
Really sounds like a joke.
It does, but it's not.
Mark Ziegler joins us next. I'm going to ask him a couple Olympic questions, and we'll also try to square away what's happening to the Aztecs and the mass exodus on Montezuma Mesa next.
From the first pitch of the year to the biggest games down the stretch, Padres talk never stops. Roster moves, injuries, trends, and what...
land in San Diego about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Padres will be on the plane with him after an 8-2 victory over the Buccos today. By the way, if you're one of those fantasy baseball players and you had Mitch Keller pitching today on your roster and you thought, oh, man, we lost 8-2, that's not good. No, it was fine. Mitch Keller pitched 6 shutties. But when it got to the bullpen, Pirates don't have a bullpen.
It was over.
Padres' bullpen hasn't been great, scaring the daylights out of me, frankly. But they're able to get through it thanks to, was it Estrada giving up 3 warning track fly balls? And
was a little scary.
It was a little nerve-wracking, sure. And Pittsburgh made 3 errors and threw the ball around a little bit. Padres stole 6 bases, and the 0-0 game became 8-2. When it was all over, Jake had a 2-run homer, his first of the year. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. Mark Ziegler will join us momentarily, joining us on the SDCCU fan hotline. Not big bank banking. It's better.
It better.
Do you get up at, the crack of dawn, 5 a.m. tomorrow to watch Masters, or do you
in my earlier years, yes.
Yeah, you used to.
I would wake up. I even used to wake up for the Open at like 3 a.m.
You wanted to see Jack Nicklaus and Arnold tee off.
I wanted to see every single action, every single shot I could.
Yeah.
But now it's more like I'll wake up and watch it when I watch it.
You just watch when you watch.
Well, they also make it really hard to watch. Like ESPN and the Masters have so much control over what is aired. Other majors you could watch. They have like a 8-hour coverage.
Don't they just tomorrow? Like, what do they do tomorrow? Like on ESPN, do they just follow 3 or 4 groups?
No, on ESPN they'll do the regular broadcast, but then they'll have these other channels where it's like Amen Corner, and then they'll have the Rory group, or they'll have this Scheffler group, or things like that.
The first tee time is at 4:40 a.m. our time.
Who is it?
I was going to tell you, but I can't really pronounce one of these guys' names. So John Kiefer is among the two.
Kiefer, man.
Kiefer. Do you know him?
It's a good cheese.
You know, it's funny. Kiefer and the other guy, Hao Tong Lee, I believe.
Yeah, Hao Tong Lee.
You don't know him.
No, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Well, they're going off as a twosome at 4:40. Everybody else is a threesome.
Yeah, because they don't have enough players. Sometimes they have to play
there's a couple more twosomes in here at 11 o'clock. Sam Stevens and Sung J M.
Okay.
Be a twosome.
Nice job.
If you want to see Scotty Scheffler, 10:44 a.m. he goes off, and he's the last of the day, I believe.
He probably,
which means he'll be the first of the day Friday.
I think it's
switch it around. JJ Spawn's at about 10 a.m. tomorrow.
He might be a sneaky. You know what they always say about the tournament before the Masters? They always try to have greens that replicate Augusta, and he might be a sneaky guy.
I'll be honest with you. He's got a U.S. Open title. I mean, I don't know how much sneaky he can be at this point.
No one's thinking JJ Spawn's going to win it.
I am.
Me too. He's playing great golf right now. I'm going to call Mark.
He's, I mean, if you had to choose between the two Aztecs, you'd almost take JJ Spawn over Xander Schauffele.
Right now, yeah. Guy's coming off of a
Isn't
tournament
that crazy
win.
that San Diego State, not really known for, golf. We got 2 of the greatest golfers on the planet right now.
Yeah.
Graduated from or at least went to San Diego State.
I would have to look this up. Did they play on the same team?
Got me.
They're
somebody at San Diego
similar
State
ages.
will tell me. All right. Meanwhile, the San Diego State basketball team, crazy what's going on there as far as the transfer portal. There is everybody's in it, including Magoon Gwath, including Miles Bird. And I know both guys came back last year, but I don't think anybody's expecting that to happen this time around. Also, putting their name out there, B.J. Davis. Also putting their name out there, Miles Heide, Farrell Compton. When you add that to the fact that Reese Dixon Waters has graduated and the rest –
We'll just have to communicate on the air. I'm trying to call Mark Ziegler.
Oh, you're trying to call him. I was going to say.
I'm not getting through.
Oh, you haven't got through yet.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if we had him or not. But yeah, Mark Ziegler and I and you and Tony are going to have to go out for the squad the way it's situated right now.
Tony blows by his guys. So we're good with that. He's got the speed.
If he can do it without his tearing up his hammy.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm going to text them right now.
All right, we'll try to get Ziegler on in a minute. But, I did read somewhere that 50% of all men's basketball players that have eligibility left are in the portal. That's crazy. And I think I have a little bit of a, just more of a broader view, a little older. I'm not at that age. I'm not, drawn to making changes as quickly, but I guess everybody feels like the grass is greener somewhere else, even guys that are probably in decent situations. Mark Ziegler does join us. We appreciate it as always. Hi, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
Just wait for my phone to ring and see who's next or who's coming next. It's kind of a weird space right now.
It is weird, but to be expected, I think, right? And number one and number two, without being, suggesting something that's not true, I kind of get the feeling that this was a team that Brian Dutcher isn't going to be minding, that breaks up a little bit. I think he'd almost want to give it a shot with a different group next year.
Yeah, and if you look, you look at the Final Four, okay, UConn had a bunch of guys back, but, the national champion was built with all transfers. I think it's just the way of the world right now, and, they gave this team and this group of guys 2 years, and it wasn't like they were terrible. They went to the NCAA tournament 1 year, they just missed on another year.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I don't know if anyone will admit it over there, but I think there's just sort of a feeling like, okay, it's time. Let's try something else. Now, it might not be better than what they had, because when you look at the talent that they were able to keep and the discount that a lot of those guys took to stay,
right,
that was pretty substantial. To get that level of talent in this market is going to require money they don't have. But that said, it's not all about talent. It's about, cohesion, chemistry, and maybe less is more. Maybe having a shorter rotation will get you some better results.
I was curious because I went through your story with a fine-tooth comb, and of course I've seen everybody, right? I know, but hey, look, this is my favorite team, the Aztec basketball. That's my favorite team. I keep a close eye on this. And the guys in the portal, you had kind of suggested a while ago, we're probably going to go in there. The guy that surprised me based on what I'm reading at this point is LZ Harrington. I kind of thought he was almost a given, being as he sat out the end of the season. I'm not saying it's a done deal yet, but so far he's staying at the moment, right, Mark?
It looks like it is. He is. I
Okay.
think that's the direction they're leaning in now. They're the guys who are not in the portal. They're frantically trying to finalize deals that kind of lock them into staying in San Diego State,
right.
And nothing's done until it's done. And I was talking to Brian Dutcher yesterday. He goes, "Look, the fan base may be surprised by some stuff. We are not surprised anymore.
Yeah.
Nothing surprises us. So until somebody has signed on the dotted line, and even then sometimes there are surprises, nothing's finalized. But I think it's fair to say that the guys who are not in the portal right now are guys who are planning on staying, and the guys who are in the portal are planning on leaving. I don't think you'll see too much crossover there."
Talking to Mark Ziegler, the San Diego Union Tribune, here on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. I want to talk about the marketing aspect of everything, because it's got to be extremely difficult for a college to get people to buy in season after season when the team is different every single year. And I know that this is a problem for most of college basketball, but how do the Aztecs sell their program and sell their tickets without knowing who's going to be on this team?
That's a really good question, and I don't know if anybody has that answer. And I don't think we've really seen the effects of this on fan bases yet. I think it's going to be a little bit delayed. I think it's going to be 2-3 years down the road. But I know there's fatigue among the fan base. I hear it all the time. I have lots of friends who are season ticket holders who are considering for the first time not renewing. And these are people who had tickets for 10, 15, 20 years. And they are considering it. Doesn't mean they'll do it, but the fact that they're considering it tells me that there is a lot of anxiety and fatigue there with the fan base. And, it's a delicate thing. I think, if you're a administration, you're trying to get your coach to fill the roster as quickly as possible, and try to build some excitement over that team for the next year. But I just think people are going to get tired of trying to learn new names and faces and see them leave every year. And eventually it'll just hit a breaking point. You know, we saw some games this year that the Arena was not sold out. That's coming off of 5 straight years in the NCAA tournament. I think that was a warning sign. And I think you'll see some more of those next year. It'll be interesting to see if they even sell out for the first time in a while with season tickets. So it's a good problem to have at San Diego State where, you know, you've got a season ticket base that's always coming. But even at San Diego State, I think you can see that eroding a little bit.
Yeah. Mark Ziegler's with us, you know, I mean, having my contacts and, you know, closeness with the women's team. I mean, they're going the exact same thing, just different issues and different, you know, monetary values, but kids are all looking for the perfect, you know, the grass is greener. Mark, let me ask you, because there's 2 people I really trust on college basketball. You're at the top. Jay Billis, who I don't get to talk to as much, is right there as well. And he was talking about the fact that the NCAA had their chance. Like 50 years, they could have put something together that helped, you know, appease and compensate the athletes. And they looked the other way and they just hid behind the antitrust exemptions or whatever they had. And now they're stuck where they are and they're in Washington, D.C. on their knees trying to get this to stop. I'm sure Jay Billis is pretty close to correct. How do you and where do you see this going in the immediate future? Because it doesn't look like it can stay. It doesn't seem like a model that can exist forever.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen in the near future is, so how are universities funding this? Because they don't have the money. I mean, everyone wants to say, oh, our college athletics has so much money and the athletes are just getting their piece. They don't have the money. Not when you have Title IX and you are requiring universities to have women's sports programs that don't make money.
Right.
And so how are they funding this? Well, the way they're funding it is by going into debt. And that's San Diego State, and that's most universities in the country. And the athletic departments are going into huge amounts of debt. You know, so a few years ago, San Diego State, if they had a $500,000 debt in the athletic department, it was a big issue. Well, now we're talking $20-30 million a year.
Wow.
And so it's a huge issue. And so what's going to happen is right now, the academic side of campuses is largely divorced from this, but they are going to start to look at this and go, well, wait a minute, you're making me make a 10% cut in my chemistry department and your athletic department is allowed to carry these kind of debts? No, this is not going to continue. What's our mission here? Are we a university or are we a professional sports organization? And I think that is going to curtail it. That's what's going to bring it back a little bit and maybe force some change. Yes, they're trying to do this in Congress and maybe they'll get something done there. But even if you try to put a cap on it, the whole NIL thing is a horse so far out of the barn. I just don't think you can bring that back. I think the courts are just going to shoot everything down and you're going to be able to basically pay athletes whatever you want to.
And after all of that, the tournament still was pretty exciting. You know, I thought, you know, it brought a lot of thrills once you get to the actual games. Mark Ziegler is with us. I want to ask you why I get to steal you for a second. Olympics and tickets. My wife has us in whatever the portal is to buy tickets. What do you know about all this? What do they do with the $1,000 ticket price, Mark, at the Olympic? Who gets all my money when I start buying tickets for Los Angeles in 2028?
Well, if you follow the World Cup just completely gouged everybody.
Yes.
And people still paid it. A lot of people still paid it, but a lot of people got priced out. I'm going to be really interested to see what happens with the Olympics because they're running a fiscal deficit right now, I believe. I think they're really worried about trying to break even. And this is not an organization where you can just have a deficit and it'll get taken care of by somebody. You don't want to, strap, the city of Los Angeles or the county of Los Angeles with that bill, particularly in a state that's bankrupt already, and it's going to be bankrupt for several years going forward.
I guess. Yeah.
So ticket prices are going to be high. They're going to try to gouge everything they can out of you, and I'm interested to see what the prices are going to be for the tickets to the soccer games in San Diego. Some of those are going to be very, very attractive, like the U.S. women's national team and maybe the U.S. men's national team, and some of them are going to be awful games. I mean, some of them are going to be, the women's tournaments expanded to 16 teams, and basically anything from 8 through 16 is a terrible team.
Right. So they could be winning 14-0
to watch soccer that's worse than something you could go see at a local club on a weekend.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be interesting to me to see how they price that. But yeah, they're going to probably be expensive, and it's the Olympics. You want to go see the Olympics, you're going to have to pay.
Yeah, that is very interesting to me. Because we were just talking about this in the last segment, and I may have erroneously said that they don't really have to pay for much as the Olympics. Do they have to rent the venues, or do they have to give money to the cities to try and build everything up, or how does that work?
I thought the cities gave them money.
So what I'm basically asking is, what does the Olympics have to spend?
What's
money
their
on?
overhead, Mark?
Well, that's the thing is the Olympic contract, basically, the IOC comes for almost nothing. And that's sort of the price of hosting an Olympics. And you just have to suck it up and find ways to make money.
That's what I thought.
Now, they get some money from the TV contract. That's the biggest money, is the TV contract with NBC. But, as the organizing committee, you have to find ways to make it work. And in many, many, many countries, that's a huge deficit. Now, a lot of countries will eat that money just so they can say they host the Olympics and all the benefits that come with being a quote-unquote Olympic city. Los Angeles is already an Olympic city. They've already had an Olympics. I don't know that having another Olympics is going to change much for the city. But in some places, that's kind of the calculus.
Changes
but if you look to like Athens, what happened in Athens, it bankrupted Greece. And a lot of their financial problems can be rooted back to the Olympics. So there's no guarantee they're going to make money on this thing, and that's why you're going to see high ticket prices.
Full circle, Mark. Back to the Aztecs and the transfer portal. It is officially open because the season is over. When is it, quote, officially closed? And can players start changing teams now, or do they have to wait till it's closed? What is going to happen here going forward?
No, they can start making. You've got to be in it. If you're going to change teams, you got to be in it before it closes. So it's open for 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. Okay.
And so we've got a while to go. But once you're in it, you can start changing teams. And then even after it closes, you can change teams if you are in it.
Okay.
And so there's a couple of exceptions with grad transfers and that type of thing where you don't need to be in the portal. But for the most part, all these players are going to have to be in there. So that, teams trying to keep guys are not going to breathe a sigh of relief until the thing is actually closed. And you could see people commit to a team today, tomorrow, the next day, or it could happen in May and June. So it's just sort of an open-ended question in terms of who you're going to get. But I think you'll start seeing a lot of movement by the end of this week.
Is it just like a website where they go to and they can filter out, like, I need a guard that is, does this and this and this, and then they say, oh, that guy, I'm going to go after him. I don't know how it actually works.
Yeah, what do the coaches do? There's a portal that they can look in themselves, right?
Yeah, and they can see all the names that are in there, and then they can go on to what they call Synergy, which everybody has, which is a film. It's a company that takes all the film from all the games, and then it clips individual. So you can say, okay, Joe Smith is a guard. I want to see all his screen rolls and empty ball screens on the right side of the floor. And then boom, click a button and you'll see 15 clips over the season.
Wow.
And so that's how they scout a lot of these guys. And then there's also analytics programs that break down every player and by analytics and say, this is what their value is, and slot them into, high major starting center. That's going to be
wow.
That's a $2 million player. And now that's an inexact science. And, that's an analytic guy, probably never played basketball saying it, but so you have to, and then you got to do your background checks, and you got to call parents, you got to call, AAU coaches, assistant coaches, everybody trying to find out, is this guy good seed, bad seed?
Right, what kind of guy?
Your problem, is he not? Yeah. So it's so complex, it's so complicated.
Yeah.
And when you've got 3,000 guys in it, you can imagine how much work you got to do.
I know that the last thing the women's basketball players at San Diego State and every other team do before they go out on the court to practice is they put that little chip into their jersey, which monitors every single move that they make for the next hour and a half. And they wear them during the games too.
Yeah.
And this is how all these analytics are all acquired. Wow. And it boggles the mind because I can't figure it all out. And I've asked, like, how does this work? What happens? And then I start losing. I'm like, okay, forget it. I don't get it. All right, Mark.
And the one thing I'll say about that too is some programs really rely on the analytics an example is New Mexico and Eric Olin, right? He has his, all the numbers are the same, but he has his own secret sauce of which numbers matter and which ones don't.
Okay.
He puts together his own sort of score for each player. And, okay, we need a guard. We want him to have this kind of score, and they go after that guard. Brian Dutcher is not an analytics guy, and so a lot of what they do is culture-based, defensive-based, toughness-based, and so the analytics don't necessarily reflect that. And so I think their job actually becomes harder because they have to evaluate character, they have to evaluate versatility, things like that, length, athleticism, that are really important in the way they play defense and just the way they run their team. And so I think in some respects, the analytics guys have it easy right now, or easier, and guys like Brian Dutcher and his staff have a much, much tougher job evaluating and picking the right guys in a very short amount of time.
It's crazy. All right, we still have the golf thing on our calendar, Mark. I bug Scraby about it. Don't forget, are you kind of off for the next month? Nah, you're never off. But is your schedule
not off
ease
till
up
they get a team, but yeah, we gotta plan that. But I want T to be the fourth, and I want him to be my partner because I think you guys kind of dissed him. I think T has something that you guys just aren't, giving him credit for.
Okay.
And
yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll see about what Tony has. I mean, he's got a big slice. That's what he has.
He's got a slice for
I'm
sure. All right, Mark, we're definitely going to play the four of us because that is like totally imperative for me to get that done. So stay in touch, and we'll talk to you. Thanks for the help.
Thank you.
All right. Talk to you guys.
Yep.
Bye.
Mark Ziegler there from the UT. A lot to break down. You wish it was just, the season started in November and you played, and in March it's the Final Four, and then everybody has fun and relaxes.
It's not like that.
It is the farthest thing ever
It's a
from
year.
that
It's
now.
a year-long sport.
We're going to Chris. Chris versus the Fan, 833-288-0973. Let's play trivia. 4 o'clock hour getting underway. We got some Chris versus the Fans coming up here shortly. Thanks again to Mark Ziegler. All things today. We went a few different directions with Mark, and he joined us on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Scraby banking. It's better. I'm not a Mark.
Oh, I'm not a Mark.
How long did you work at the bank?
In total?
About a year? Or
no, gosh, no.
Longer?
I worked at the bank for like 9 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This was a long
This
time
was like a
deal.
college job, and then once I graduated college, the economy was bad, and I couldn't find a job, so I kept that job for like 2 years.
And you still were giving away 520s for 100 after all that time.
I would love for you guys to be in that situation. I can still remember what the guy looks like.
Who
stole money from me.
Money? Yeah.
He really did do a number.
I am sorry that happened. Broadcasting from the Bill House Studios, we know how. Padres got it done today, 8-2 in Pittsburgh. All the scoring happened from the 7th inning on. Padres got 4 in the 7th, 4 in the 9th. Both rallies were kicked off by errors from the Pirates.
RG, runs gifted.
Runs gifted seems a little mean. But Scraby and I are unofficially keeping track.
Yes.
The Padres have been doing a good job of taking advantage of mistakes, and therefore we're looking at a category we're calling runs gifted. Like we get some free help along the way. The Pirates made, I think, 3 errors or something in the 9th inning today, and the Padres scored 4 runs, so those were gifted.
Yep.
Jake hit a 2-run homer in the 7th. Other than that, everything was pretty much Pirate based.
I hate that Mitch Keller makes the Padres look so bad every time.
He's a good pitcher.
He is, but he's not he's not Cy Young.
Hate to say it, everybody's looking pretty good against the Padres right now. Even after their victory today, and even with a record now of 6-6, let me just quickly point out that the Padres in Major League Baseball currently rank 25th in batting average, 27th in on base, 26th in slugging, and 26th in OPS. So they're still bottom 5 in every hitting category that matters.
But when they left for the trip, they were at
30th.
the bottom.
Yes, they were even worse. So
they're making their way back up.
And that's what we said earlier. When you start 1-4 and you come back home, you're 6-6. That's a thumbs up. Now you have to start playing some better baseball. And hopefully that'll start tomorrow against a Colorado Rockies team that just finished up a 3-game sweep of the Astros today. They are also 6-6. Go figure. That might be the biggest upset story in all of baseball right now. You're talking about one of the worst teams in the history of the sport last year.
They didn't do much to rebuild.
Didn't seem like they did, but they're playing okay. All right, they'll be in tomorrow. Tony will be in tomorrow, and we're going to play Chris versus the Fans with all of you right now.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, so we got a pretty cool qualification this week. If I could win this, Chris, I would. I'm not much of a music guy, but this band right here.
This is something that appeals to you.
This is my college band that I love.
Oh, is it Korn?
No, I did love them.
You like Korn?
You will be qualified for a chance to win a pair of tickets to My Chemical Romance at Petco Park on August 30th. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Wait a minute, what's the name of the group?
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance.
MCR for short.
I thought it was just Chemical Romance.
No, My Chemical Romance. It's a 3 Cheers for Street Revenge was I just stuttered all over the place, was my great one. I painted my nails black too because of it, Chris. I got a studded belt. I was super emo back in the day.
What did you? Oh, I'm seeing some pictures of these guys. Alternative rock.
Yep.
Pop, punk. The guy's got orange hair, or one of these guys does.
Well, back
now
in the day, he had black
he has
hair.
white hair. Looks like he has different hair in every photo. See the head guy?
Yeah, I think his name's Gerard.
I don't know.
Gerard Way? No,
You're asking me things. I have no idea. I do see some My Chemical Romance gear here, Scrape. Maybe I should buy you something.
I don't think I would wear a My Chemical Romance shirt, but
you know who my favorite group was growing up? I have a T-shirt. I wear it sometimes.
I'm trying to think of a really old band, but I can't.
You give me a hard time because it's a little risque. You feel
the Cars.
The Cars were my favorite. Yes, they were.
That is true.
Hall of Famers, by the way. The Cars. I don't believe My Chemical Romance is
Nor do I think they're going to get there.
Quite qualified, but they are coming to Petco Park on August 30th. I'm looking at it right here.
I might have to go, actually.
You should.
All right, so you'll qualify for that, but here are the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get the question wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you'll get that question for free today.
According to this website, just so you know what's out there, tickets start for My Chemical Romance at Petco, $112.
That's pricey.
Well, you can get free ones.
Yeah, well,
if you
yeah,
win
yeah.
Chris versus the fans. So that's why let's go. Let's start playing.
Let's get into our first contestant.
Did you play the Open?
I did.
Oh, I missed it. I missed the whole Open?
No, we were.
Where was I?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Let's go to Dwayne.
We didn't do the Open because
yes, we did. It's already been played in the computer.
I haven't said first time player.
Yes. Are you being serious right now?
I said it.
We did both of these things.
Wow.
All right. So let's go to Dwayne.
I am blown away here.
Dwayne, how are you?
Hi, Dwayne.
I'm good, guys. How are you guys doing?
Well, we're a little confused.
I was doing okay until Chris just. I'm gonna have to check on him in the break.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Question number 1.
Dwayne and Power.
Brandon says he played the Open and you both said playa, Chris.
Okay. Well, God, I'm just maybe my Tony Gwynn Senior hat is on too tight today.
It might be. All right, Dwayne. What number is Gavin Sheets?
Oh, that's a tough question.
What number is Gavin Sheets?
Yeah.
What number does he wear?
Some of these are tough.
5.
5.
Is he number 30?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dwayne.
I'm good on numbers usually. Sorry, Dwayne.
He's number 30.
Yep.
See his back a lot when he's looking at the ball going down into the corner. Right, Chris?
that he doesn't stop from going down the line. Yes.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Mike. Hello, Mike.
Let's also put in there that he started 2 double plays today.
He did.
He had some good and some not so
I'm
good.
all in on Gavin Sheets. Hello, Mike.
Howdy.
Hi, Mike.
Howdy.
Good luck
you ready
to you
play?
today.
I am ready.
He's
all
ready.
Right, here
Let's
we go. Who has the most home runs for the Padres currently?
Are you saying the only person with more than one?
Jackson Merrill.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
There's 2 guys.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You got one of them. Yeah, it's Ramon Laureano was the other.
Ramon also has 2.
All right.
The other 3 have been hit by Manny,
Bogey,
and Jake today.
Yes.
7 home runs.
Bogey with the gasp of a home run off of Paul Skeens last night. That's nice for him, I guess.
Was it? Well, it's yes. He
Okay.
can tell his kids, I guess.
He can tell his kids. All right, Mike. Question number 2. Which Padres starting pitcher holds the single season record for strikeouts for the Padres? Franchise record, single season, starting pitcher.
Single season Padres strikeout record is held by
Educated Decibel.
Jake
the
TV.
Snake.
Stay there.
I would have
Stay there,
guessed
Mike.
Jake the Snake, but I thought of Kevin Brown as we were going through this, and I'm going to go with Kevin Brown. Is that wrong too?
No.
No, that's right.
Kevin Brown's number 1. Jake Peavy was number 2, and I think he missed out by like 16 strikeouts.
Kevin Brown was a strikeout machine. Jake is the all-time squad franchise leader.
Yes.
Kevin
Let's
Brown
go
was
to, and you know when I was looking these up, Randy Jones has many records for the Padres.
Not strikeouts though.
No.
He didn't have any strikeout
But
records.
like starts and wins,
yeah.
or
Oh,
like
sure.
maybe not wins, but anyway.
Yeah, Randy was okay, man.
All right, let's go to our next contestant. Since we're talking about Gavin Sheets, we'll go to someone named Gavin.
Oh.
Hello, Gavin.
Calling us from the Padre plane, it is Gavin Sheets himself.
Oh, who's getting crazy in the back of the plane? Hey,
Hello,
Gavin. You got to turn
Gavin,
down your radio, please.
sir. And then you're ready to play ball.
Hello, are you ready to
go?
play, Gavin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready to play.
All right.
I'm Calvin.
Calvin.
Sorry about that,
Your
Calvin.
phone says Gavin for some reason.
Calvin means I put it in wrong.
I accidentally said that last time.
Oh. Hey, it's all good, Calvin.
Right,
we are going to get you into this right now.
Let's go to Calvin, man. He's ready to go. Question number 1.
What number is Fernando Tatis Jr.?
Go back to the number question.
It's going to be a theme.
23.
23 is correct.
Michael Jordan, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Do you think? I don't know if he's ever been asked if it's like it's not for Michael Jordan.
I think his dad wore 23 as well.
Well, that makes more sense.
Probably would make more sense.
All right, Calvin, here we go. Question number 2. All right, this is kind of difficult, but here it is. Trevor Hoffman is first in Padres saves. Who is second on the career list?
By the way, Toddy Sr. wore 23 in 2 of his stops, one being the Cardinals. Go ahead, Calvin. Who do you got for number 2 on the all-time save list? It's a tough one.
Robert Flores, I have no idea.
Doesn't know.
Stay there. Stay there.
I'm going to go with Heath Bell.
Do you feel good when you eliminate Calvin?
No. But
sorry, Calvin. Please play again.
Calvin.
You got to the second question.
We've gone through this before. I can't miss it on purpose.
That's true. Thank you, Calvin.
Everybody knows the rules are that way.
All right.
But good to play, Calvin.
I gotta ask this person. You gotta talk for a second.
Wait. Okay. While you're talking, we haven't got to this story yet. But I think the funniest and weirdest story of the day that we'll get on to a little bit later, maybe in the next segment, we'll touch on it. Wait till you hear this Mike Vrabel and ESPN reporter Diana Rossini story. It is
strange.
sordid, people.
It really is.
All right, let's finish up Chris versus the fans.
We have
first.
Wyatt. Hello, Wyatt.
Hi, Wyatt.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Sir.
All right.
Good luck.
Here we go. Question number 1. Whoa, sorry. First time player.
All right, Wyatt got in under the wire.
Going to question number 2.
Okay.
Which city is hosting the 2026 Major League Baseball All-Star Game?
God.
Oh, I know this. Oh my God, I do know this. I was talking to my dad about this last night. It wasn't Atlanta. It was Philly. It's Philly this year, right?
Philly. Got
Correct. Do you know why they're doing it, Chris?
Because of the 250th anniversary of our beautiful, wonderful country.
They have a big patch on their jerseys too that's celebrating it. But yeah, all of that is correct.
By the way, I wouldn't have got that right. I don't think. I didn't know. So good on.
I would
Wyatt.
not even know where to guess.
Yeah. I didn't even know they still have an all-star game. When are they going to get rid of these?
Remember the swing off last year?
Yeah, exactly. The dumbest thing ever.
No, it was the greatest all-star moment of all time.
Sorry, hang on a minute, Wyatt. We're going to have an argument. The only reason it was cool is because Schwarber came up and hit 3 bombs.
He did.
And everybody thought that was neat. But other than that, to decide an all-star game that way was idiotic.
I mean, to have an all-star game is idiotic, so might as well decide it idiotic.
Fair enough. All right, back to Wyatt for the title.
Wyatt, here we go. Question number
Thanks for putting up with us for a moment.
Who was the first Padres pitcher to ever start a game at Petco Park?
Wow.
No.
That's not easy.
Let's say, I might get the name wrong. Tim Scott.
Tim?
Who did he go with?
Tim Scott, I think.
Tim Scott. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Tim Scott?
I think he's like a senator or something.
Even a guy? Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
Chris.
Yes.
Who was the first Padres pitcher to ever start a game at Petco Park?
Andy Ashby.
Andy Ashby.
No!
Wow! First time player gets through.
We've got Wyatt. Who was it?
You're gonna I looked this up so many times. Stay there, Wyatt. To make sure, and it all came back to the same place.
Jake again?
No, David Wells.
David Wells. Okay.
Went 7 strong innings in the
what year was
opener?
this?
In 2004.
2004, Petco Park. Yeah,
I didn't even know he played for the Padres.
Oh, David Wells, sure he did. Yeah,
I know he lives in Point Loma now.
Yeah, he got a little Padre time in. before it was all over.
Yeah.
All right, stay there, Wyatt. You have won, and who knows? You might be taking your best friend Scraby to see My Chemical Romance in August.
No one wants to go with me. It's fine.
More Gwynn and Chris coming up. Now that I touched on it, we have to pay off the TMZ version of Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini. If you don't know who she is, I know you know who he is, but suffice to say, they were caught in compromising positions. We'll check it next.
Laughable, Chris. You'll see why I said that.
For the
Listen up. A chance to go away with Weezer. That's a group.
If you want to destroy my sweater.
Didn't Weezer sing Beverly Hills?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where I want to be.
I like Weezer.
Apparently, I like Weezer too.
Yeah, they're having a gathering tour, and you're going to get hooked up with the flights, the 2-night hotel stay, a pair of tickets to see the band. Plus, you're going to meet and greet the band, and you can sing with them probably and go, hey, Beverly Hills. You'll also get a signed set list thanks to Live Nation and Crush Music. So all of this is something that you can do very easily out there. Enter and listen to us on the Odyssey app. That's kind of the key to it, right?
Yes.
And so if you download the free Odyssey app, you'll create an account. You'll put 97.3 as your favorite station.
Yes, you will.
Put Matt Scraby and Chris Ello as your favorite personalities.
Me first.
That's fine. I'll let you go first. Okay. And then you listen for an hour, and then you get your daily entry. So you sign up on the app, you listen to our station on the app for an hour, and that'll get you qualified. And then come back each day for another chance to win. This is a national contest. So you and a lot of people are in on it. But if you listen on the app, you're in, right? I mean, it's something you normally do.
That's what they say.
Right? You're in the running.
Just make sure you're logged in.
Okay.
You have to be logged in so they can track it.
The group, Weezer. I don't know another word of the song. Beverly Hills. Yeah, that's all I know. Before and after, couldn't tell you a word.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you a word either,
but I just
honestly.
I know that they do that song. All right, 4:26 is the time. Mike Vrabel is the head coach of the Patriots. They went to the Super Bowl. You know that. Both Tony and I think he's a great coach. Scraby thinks he's terrible. We've gone through that for a while.
I guess I might be a good judge of character, Chris.
But you might be a good judge of character off the field. Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini, who was a reporter at ESPN, now works for The Athletic, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
There are photos of the two of them together out by the pool.
Is it safe to say it's canoodling?
I think canoodling might be
too much.
That might be too much.
Okay, all right.
But arm in arm, watching the sunset, holding hands,
hugging.
Canoodling to me infers some
means
kissing
they're cuddling.
And necking.
Yeah, not
right. So
I never want to hear you say that.
You don't want to hear necking.
No.
Yeah, that's the old saying. But these pictures are not exactly make it look like they're not together. Of course, they're both married to separate people. And Mike Vrabel spoke on it today. Talked to the people at a publication called Page Six.
Well, that's who published all these pictures.
Sorry, thank you. They published the pictures in the first place. Mike Vrabel said, quote, "These photos show a completely innocent interaction, and any suggestion otherwise is laughable." I don't think Mike Vrabel's wife would be laughing. I just don't. I mean, they say, Rossini said that they were there. The photos don't represent the group of 6 people were all hanging out one day.
I look at this, Chris. Even so if you click on this, you see that they're in another group of people. But
okay, even if there's a group of people, the hugging while you're watching the sunset,
it's a little strange.
It's a little weird. I can see going up to somebody you know well and give them a hug, and then that's it. You give them a hug and you move on. An arm around, a hug, kind of a half hug, but you're not holding hands and arm in arm watching the sunset.
Yeah,
with somebody who's not your wife.
Remember the guy at the Coldplay concert? Those two were like trying to play it off like they're just friends, but they were clearly not.
I think somebody needs to, get a comment from Mike Vrabel's wife. This doesn't look good for him. I don't think Diana Rossini's husband would be thrilled to see these photos either.
Well, that's the thing.
And I'm not trying to pick on Mike Vrabel. I'm trying to be honest. These are really embarrassing photos. And, for them to say that it's laughable, I get that you're trying to throw everybody off the track, but you're not going to throw people off the track. They're going to stay on this
When
thing.
you tell me that it's laughable, you are telling me that you're covering something up, because that's not laughable. And now people are digging up a bunch of stuff about Diana Rossini. This happened in 2021. She's talking about her husband.
Diana, we want to give you one more chance to address this. It happened earlier in our program today. For those of you who weren't watching, Diana Rossini said this.
And I think we all do weird things when we're in love, and we overshare and overpost. And look, he's getting married to a beautiful actress. I'm married to someone average. I don't post a lot about him. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
So that's her about her husband in 5 years ago.
Maybe her husband's a lucky guy that she's in these photos. It'll give him a reason to get away from her. She sounds a little whacked out. Steven Ginsburg from The Athletic, their executive director, said these photos are misleading and lack essential context. I am trying to put the context in while I look at the photos, Scrape. I really am.
Me too.
I'm trying to say, okay, there's 6 other people. They're all hanging out. I get that. If people they're at the NFL meetings or whatever they are, and they know each other, no worries. You don't hold hands the way they're holding, and you don't hug and look out at the sunset the way they're doing it. You don't.
I can't disagree.
You can't argue, right?
No.
All right.
So, I'm a weirdo and I don't like when people touch me anyway. So
right, you wouldn't do this, but yeah, it doesn't look great, and I can't believe Mike Vrabel's wife would be thrilled.
No. Do you think that? Do you think it's fair that? What are they called? Paparazzi.
Oh, right. That there's somebody there even taking pictures of these people.
I get that they're doing something possibly nefarious.
I absolutely hate it. The fact that there are people in our world who make a living basically because of other people's mistakes and misfortune and are there to capture it. God, I mean, it's almost it's like a half a step ahead of scummy to me.
It's pretty bad.
You're
actively helping to ruin people's lives, but they also are making a choice.
They're doing it.
Yes, they're making a choice. So I'm not fully mad at the
There are
paparazzi.
people that would say the following, Scraby: you should always try to live your life as if everyone is out there watching you at all times.
I've heard that, yeah.
And now that's probably never been more true, because there might be somebody watching you at all times, even when you don't think so. More Gwynn and Chris is coming up. Scraby's got the Big Five. The Padres beat the Pirates 8-2 earlier today. We are 6-6 and pretty darn happy about it on 97.3 The Fan.
Ben and Woods.
All right, it's time for the Beaver Nuggets.
We just had the 30-mile zone portion of the program hanging out all the dirty laundry of Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini. Judge for yourself. That's what I would say.
Just
places
Google
to find the pictures.
Mike Vrabel and you'll find it.
See what you think. I think you'll agree with Scraby and I that it doesn't look great for Mike Vrabel.
It's definitely not laughable.
And to suggest that something might be going on is certainly not laughable, he said.
Is it any of our business? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not, right? Yeah. But, in this day and age, just about everything is everybody's business. And whether that's good or bad, I think it's bad, but it is. So Padres beat Pittsburgh 8-2 today. Coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, what has happened to our untouchable bullpen? Discuss that. But right now, Scraby has some traffic and then the Big Five, people.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
And we're slowly clearing this crash. The left lane remains closed on the 15 North over by Ocean View Boulevard. And traffic is brought to you by the Caltrans Stormwater Program. Visit cleanwaterca.com. I'm Andre with Gwynn and Chris on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
And we are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, where we know how. I kind of forgot how to do the Big Five because we haven't done it in so long.
Start with number 5.
We're going to start at number 5.
Very good.
I'm just going to say this simply. Who has been the most clutch Padre for you so far this year?
Most clutch Padre.
That wasn't simply, but yes.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. All right.
The question goes to you. I have a person in mind if you want me to go.
Yeah, well, I think you're probably going to say Castellanos because he had another key 2-run hit today. He's, I will say this for Castellanos. He's come up in the right spot a lot here lately, and he's delivered 3 times now. So there's nothing to shake the proverbial stick at there.
I think you'll be surprised who I think has been the most
clutch. But I'll
clutch.
go with Top Ramon.
Okay.
Just because of his defense today, and he's the only guy hitting still. He's at 244, and that still kind of everyone else pales. Well, is Mason Miller?
That's who I was going to
okay,
say.
I know.
That's who I was going to say.
He almost doesn't surprise. He's like so automatic. I just forget about him now.
It's just the amount of strikeouts he's had and the batters he's faced, and just when he comes into the game is over.
They did let him pitch today in Pittsburgh. I think Craig Stammen did him a solid with an 8-2 lead, but he was also warming up in the 8th inning. Didn't want to waste a warm-up. Strikeouts for 9 innings right now, Mason Miller, 21.94.
That's ridiculous.
Per 9 innings. That is, well, let's put it this way. The all-time record for strikeouts in a game is 20. Mason Miller's averaging 21.9. He's also got... he had 11 strikeouts in a row until Jake Mangum grounded out to end the game today.
Come on, Jake Mangum.
Well, that keeps the record for Jeremiah Estrada. 13 strikeouts in a row a couple years ago.
I have a feeling we're going to be flirting with this strikeout thing a lot.
Yeah, and I think that Clay Meredith's record of 33 2/3 scoreless inning streak
is about to come to an end.
Maybe in jeopardy. Miller only needs 7 more innings.
Oh, he'll get that.
He has walked a guy this year. And he has given up a hit.
Garbage.
So it's clear he can be had.
They're saying other than Mason should have been part of the question. If it's other than Mason Miller, I'm going Nick Castellanos. You're absolutely right. Because he seems to be coming through when we need him to come through.
Good for him because I was not expecting it. And so far he's doing all right. Good job.
Number 4.
Atlanta Braves pitcher Reynaldo Lopez and Los Angeles Angels designated hitter Jorge Soler were ejected last night after getting into a brawl Soler homered off Lopez in the first inning, then was hit by a 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Lopez his next time up. In the fifth, Soler charged the mound after Lopez threw a high and inside pitch that actually went off the catcher's mitt, and it started this whole thing.
Yeah, there was a bit of a delay because the ball went off the catcher's mitt.
It did.
A couple of runners moved around, and nothing really happened. But then they started yelling at each other, right? And then
Reynaldo Lopez goes like, "Bring it!"
Like,
basically.
what's the problem? And
So-
Soler said, "Well, I have a problem." Yeah,
They have both got suspended 7 games. I'm not going to ask if the punishment fits the crime. What I'm going to ask, Chris, because they are for sure thinking Reynaldo Lopez threw it at him on purpose. Do you think it was intentional by Lopez? I'm up first. I think it is.
Why?
Because he already hit a home run off of him, and then the next at bat, he gets hit by a pitch, and then the next at bat, he gets his head buzzed by a fastball. These guys are too good to be missing with one guy that many times, I would think.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. Here's the thing that makes me, I got to be honest with you, it makes me a little angry. And I'm trying to look this up to see if there's been, has there been anything in the past where, Jorge Soler has, dominated.
I think that's the case.
Reynaldo Lopez.
Let me see.
And maybe maybe something happened last year, a home run, and he watched it for a while, that type of thing. That's all I'm thinking, because it's starting to bother me when I see a guy hit a home run and then get buzzed or hit the next time. Like, the pitcher, give up your home run, go back to pitching. You don't get to hit a guy just because he hit a home run off you. Right?
It's true, yes.
I don't think I'm not going to say nothing's fair. Fair is the wrong word. I just don't like that
I finally found it.
Okay, what do you
Jorge
got?
Soler is, 14 for 23 with 5 home runs, 11 RBIs.
Yeah.
He's got an OPS of 2.045.
Yeah, so he's a
against him.
destroyed Lopez.
That means it was Lopez allowed his emotions to get out of whack.
Soler
for a
has
second.
11 RBIs against him and a 609 batting average with 5 homers. Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
But you know what? That's also still Lopez's fault. Get him out. You don't get to just throw at him every time he comes up now.
Yeah.
So I think Soler had every right to go out and beat his butt and try to. Walt Weiss got in the way. 7 games for Soler, fine. What's not fine is 7 games for Lopez, because he only misses 1 start.
And he's the one doing it.
It's time for baseball to do these things separate. You give Soler 7 games, you give Lopez 3 starts.
Yeah.
Instead of games, you give him 3 starts.
I agree.
And the Braves got to figure it out from there.
Yeah, I agree. Because 7 games does nothing. Like
7 games for Lopez, he'll throw at him again.
He will. There's no punishment for him.
I'm on Soler's side here.
Frank says breaking news: pitchers are babies. Sometimes they can be.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like giving up a home run, but I don't think it was.
You're not going to throw at the guy.
Well, if 2 or 3 guys in a row hit a home run, maybe the 4th guy might try to move him back a little. Just
frustration.
Yeah, right.
Over.
Yeah, a little frustration. But so I can see the fact Soler has owned this guy, but I just don't think you get to throw at him like that.
You don't.
You got to try to get him out. That's the game, not throwing at him, I don't think.
Number 3.
Bulls CEO and team president Michael Reinsdorf yesterday outlined the qualities he's looking for in a new head of basketball operations, including one major requirement.
Yes.
Retaining Billy Donovan as head coach. Reinsdorf said, quote, "If I interview someone and they're not sold on Billy, they're not sold on a Hall of Fame coach. They're not sold on a person who's won championships in college, who's gone deep in the playoffs with Oklahoma City. If Billy wants to be our coach and someone's not interested in that, then they're probably not the right candidate for us." Chris,
yes,
is this the right way to deal with this?
Well, of course, you're asking me, who's
a
Bulls fan.
It's the only reason this is in there.
Yeah. It definitely was time to move on from the general manager and the VP, which they fired the other day. They just have done a bad job with that franchise. And it's one of the, top franchises in the NBA, or it was. I don't know about Billy Donovan, though. I mean, he's been with the Bulls for 6 years. He's had one winning season. Does all that get blamed on the GM?
He's a Hall of Fame coach, Chris.
I know what he is, but he did most of his Hall of Fame coaching with Florida when he led them to back-to-back national titles.
Yeah, he's a little bit removed from his...
Right, he's way removed from that. He did a great job with OKC in his very first season as an NBA coach, and he, won 55 games, and he got one Coach of the Year award with OKC. I think Donovan can coach, and if you gave him the right players, he could win. But I don't know that just has to be like guaranteed.
Yeah, my way or the highway, basically.
I think one of the better things for the Bulls would be is if Donovan decides to just go elsewhere himself, which is still a possibility at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think this is Michael Reinsdorf trying to have control over something that he shouldn't have control over.
Yeah, Michael Reinsdorf, unfortunately, is related to Jerry Reinsdorf, and that means
but they're geniuses, you know?
Sure they are.
I think this is very
They might
dumb.
have been genius somewhere to make a bunch of money, but they're not geniuses running their franchise. And the only time Jerry Reinsdorf ever won anything was when Michael Jordan was there. And I don't know what Jerry Reinsdorf had to do with that.
Brought him in, paid him.
He didn't draft him.
No, you're right. I wonder how many people looked or saw this quote and were like, who would have been qualified for the job. I'm like, I'm not going to deal with that.
Yeah, it does tie your hands a little bit as a GM.
Yeah, you have to make sure the coach works out.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it'll be better for the Bulls if Donovan just moves on himself, and then they can totally start fresh.
Number 2.
Augusta National Golf Club Chairman Fred Ridley said today that the club supports governing bodies' efforts to reduce elite driving distance, which he says are needed to protect golf's integrity. The USGA announced in March that it might not implement a new overall distance standard, which would reduce elite driving distances by 15 yards.
You're going to have to explain what all this is to me.
Okay, basically what they're trying to... Golf courses are running out of room, Chris. You can only expand a golf course so many times, and Augusta National has moved their tees back a few times.
They've tried everything.
And
these guys hit it so far
that they're trying to get a ball.
So their second shot is almost always like a 90-yard chip because they can hit the drive so damn far.
Ridley said he was talking to an amateur golfer who was playing the course who won the amateur championship, but he said he hit it 325 yards uphill into the wind over a bunker, and that's when Ridley says we need to do something about it.
Yeah.
So I'm up first. Does golf need to rein it in? Answer is yes.
But what are they going to do?
Well, because they have technology.
Control the ball?
They can get a new ball. The ball won't fly as far. It won't be as jumpy off the club type of thing. That's an official term, Chris. Jumpy off the club.
Yeah.
But I do think they need to do this.
I think I heard our guy.
Jim Nance?
No, not Jim Nance.
Oh, Charlie
Hoffman used jumpy. Did he not? No, he didn't.
I just think... You know what? You're right. Some of these holes are way too easy, and they're just they're trying to make them harder. But the technology keeps getting better. They keep driving the ball further. It's not good golf, in my opinion, to have a 90-yard wedge shot every single hole. So
I'd like
good golf to watch.
I'd like to have one every single hole.
Yeah, I was going to say good golf to watch, not to play. I would take it all the time.
I get a 90-yard chip in after my third shot, but not after my first one.
So bottom line, yes, they need to rein it in. Chris?
I don't know that you can stop the technology. You got a guy leading the PGA Tour right now. I'm looking at it. 330 yards average.
Who
that
is
mean
it?
Gordon Sargent.
I haven't even heard of that
PGA
guy.
Tour 2025 driving distance leaderboard. Cameron Champ 325. Anyway, that's the average. So that means they hit a bunch of them a lot further than 330.
Yeah.
It boggles my mind because I've stood 350 yards away from a pin
and you look
before,
back
and I can't imagine hitting the ball down there.
Neither.
Most road weekend golfers on average between the age of 20 and 30, according to AI, hit at 230 on
that's
average.
about right, I would say.
But I don't know what you can do to change this. Like you said, I mean, are you going to start making 1,000-yard holes?
They can't. That's the thing. They need to get a new ball in play so that it maxes out in RPMs.
Can they do something with putting some sort of some sort of I'm thinking of a tree, but a windmill, right? But something in the fairway that makes it advantageous to only hit your first shot 300 yards instead of 370.
Definitely they could do that.
Maybe you have to try to do that. If you're going to go 370, we're only going to give you this much room to land it.
I can't remember. It's on the back nine. I can't remember which hole it was, but they had a big tree that died in a storm, and it completely changed how the hole played. I think it was the Eisenhower tree or something.
Okay, right. I've heard that.
And
what I'm thinking,
ice storm destroyed
what I'm thinking is if you do sand trap from 320 to 370 on both sides and it's really thin, guys will have to hit under 320 to keep from landing in the trap.
So I agree with that, but
I think maybe that's something to do.
But you're asking for remodeling of these golf courses.
Well, okay. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, these golf courses that host these events can afford it. But I think that they need to.
I kind of get a kick out of these guys hitting it so far. I got to be honest. I don't mind tuning in to see it.
I don't mind it either. It's just sometimes I'm like, this is not. They're just crushing the ball like 370.
370. I can't even see that far down the fairway.
Murray, honestly, for all you give him, he hits the ball.
He's like
4'11". He's not 4'11", but he is small.
96 pounds soaking wet.
I think he's like 5'9", like
but he generates what's his club speed? 4 million miles an hour.
I bet you he's in the top 50 of driving distance. Real quick, Notre Dame cornerback Leonard Moore said the Irish are on a revenge tour after being excluded from the college football playoff last fall, and players aren't shying away from talking about it. They feel like they got the wrong end of business, Chris.
Notre Dame did.
And they're going to take it out on everyone this year. Do you think they're crying over spilt milk?
I think they ought to go ahead and motivate themselves. I don't think it means they're just going to.
This is like the time that Patrick Mahomes said that the Chiefs were underdogs and no one believed that they can win, when literally everybody believed that they could win the Super Bowl.
It's hard to believe that Notre Dame won't be at least 9-2 or 10-2, but are they going to blow out everybody next year just because they want to? I don't know. Looking at their schedule, they might blow out everybody.
Other side.
Gwynn Chris coming up.
From the first pitch of the
gondola pulls in.
Yeah.
It goes very slow.
Yeah, it slows down
like
for everybody.
Really slow. As we're getting off, over to my left, there's a couple getting in the gondola.
Okay.
Going up the mountain. So it's the opposite for them. They're standing there. The gondola comes up. The door opens. You step on. Well, there was a commotion.
Uh-oh.
There was a commotion.
Someone fell?
There was a commotion, and Lori goes, "Hey, there's a commotion."
She said commotion?
I don't think she said that. But we go kind of, not hustling, but walking over there quickly. There's a lady who has fallen as she's trying to get into the gondola. She's now got one leg in the gondola.
Oh, no!
The other leg and body trapped underneath the gondola.
90.
No, she's probably in her late 50s. How do I say this best?
Oh, she's heavy set?
She's in the shape of somebody who's in their 70s. You've got to rescue the poor lady. She's trapped under the gondola. And of course, as soon as she falls and there's the commotion, the guy running the station stops the gondola.
Okay, I was going to
Which means everybody on the mountain and 4 miles away has to stop. Everybody has to stop while we try to extricate the lady from the gondola.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Underneath the gondola. She's got one leg on the gondola. The rest of her body is underneath the gondola. And when I arrive to see what's going on, I'm kind of the first or second person there.
You're a first responder?
Pretty much. The guy running the gondola place is busy stopping
traffic.
The ride.
Yeah.
No, he's stopping the ride.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we're kind of first there. Lori's behind me. The lady's on her back. She's looking straight up in the air. And the only description I have is one of utter panic and utter terror combined with total helplessness.
Oh, I thought you were going to say embarrassment.
No, total helplessness. She's not only trapped, but she's not even remotely doing anything to help herself. She's kind of in a panic. and you think something terrible is going to happen, or she does.
Okay.
I go over there. First thing, breathe.
That's what you said?
I told the lady to breathe.
Good. That's good.
I said, you're going to be okay.
That's good.
Just breathe.
That's good.
Try to relax.
That was the perfect thing you could have said.
As I'm stupidly pulling this 250-pound gondola, trying to pull it off of her. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're getting
the gondola is way heavier than 250 pounds.
Yeah, right. 1,000-pound gondola.
So you're trying to like move the gondola.
Just move it a little.
Is her leg like? How is she attached to this gondola?
Well, I told you, her one leg's actually on the gondola in the doorway.
Okay.
Then the rest of her body's underneath. What is stuck with her in the gondola is her belly, not her leg.
Oh, no.
That's right. Okay.
No.
So I'm pulling. By the time finally a couple more people pull and we are able to get enough airway to get her to scramble out of there. And then she immediately stepped on the gondola to go take her ride up the mountain. And off she went.
This is.
I felt like I saved her life. I really do. I honestly feel like I almost saved her life.
I kind of will credit you with this.
You know, she was. I think if I didn't tell her to breathe, I think she would have gone into some sort of shock or whatever you do.
No,
she was
you're
going
right.
into
You're
a
right.
panic, Scraby.
You're
She was going into
absolutely
an absolute panic, and. You know, I had to calming her down, I think, was the number one thing. She wasn't in any real danger, but she wasn't feeling great because she was trapped under the gondola.
But
the
fact that you said her belly was...
Yes, her belly, yeah. I'm telling you, Scrabe, it was a factor. And there was, there's a couple of people pulling on an arm trying to drag her out.
I'm crying.
I know. There's people on the other side with their arm. They're trying to drag her. I'm like lifting the gondola so she can get a little room to get out of there.
You're like, hey, I'm going to take the gondola. It's lighter.
All right. I didn't say that. You did. But it was quite the scene.
I am happy that she's okay, obviously.
She's fine. If she got right on the gondola.
If this was a worse story, I would not be laughing. But she's fine. You did probably help her a lot more than you think you did.
I think so. Because she was able to calm down just a tad. The gondola pulls in.
Yeah.
It goes very slow.
Yeah, it slows down
like
for everybody.
Really slow. As we're getting off, over to my left, there's a couple getting in the gondola.
Okay.
Going up the mountain.
The game went on, and we felt really good at how he finished the 6th and sent him back out for the 7th and gave him a couple hits, but bullpen came in and did their job.
Was that your plan, that he was going to get just the 2 or just go as long as he could?
I was going to go, if gets the first 2 guys out and he's facing Horwitz, I was fine with that. I felt really good with how he was throwing the ball. But as you know, with pitching, they sit back in the dugout and something happens and the other team feels really good about what they're hitting. And, that's kind of what happened today, but great job getting him into the 7th and helping our bullpen and saving our bullpen a little bit.
Craig Stammen there after the Padres 8-2 victory over the Pirates today, talking about Michael King, who got the win, 6 shutout innings and gave up a couple of hits in the 7th. Stammen said the bullpen did the job, but I didn't feel comfortable. I don't know if you watched the whole game, if you could have felt comfortable. The Padre bullpen, which has usually been the time of the game where we can all just relax because we're so much better than everybody. Last year, 3.06 team ERA out of the bullpen, by far the best in baseball. And really, probably the number one reason that the Padres were in the playoffs last year. It wasn't because of their hitting, wasn't because of their starting pitching, although it was good. Remember last year, Adrian Morejon won 13 games out of the bullpen. That's as many as Nick Pivetta won starting.
That is crazy.
Now, last year, you also had a guy named Suarez to go along with what you have now. And you had a guy named Jason Adam, who should hopefully be coming back soon. I had heard he could have come back in Pittsburgh, but he obviously has not. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. Maybe it won't. But they look like they desperately need him right now. Craig Stammen doing what a good manager should do. Hey, my bullpen got the job done. I gave them a 4-0 lead. They hung on to it. I'm happy. But looking deeper, they didn't look good. Kyle Hart gave up hit, walk. 2 inherited runners scored. He had 2 more runners on base there. Pirates could have, who knows? In that 7th inning, he finally snuck through it. 8th inning, Jeremiah Estrada did not give up a run, but he did give up 2 fly balls to the base of the wall and a line drive to left field that was caught by a diving Ramon Laureano. It wasn't a clean 8th inning. Pirates got the tying run to the plate and nearly tied it. And that goes along with what we've seen from Wandy Peralta, who I know nobody wants to be seen brought into a game anymore.
You're right.
What has happened to Adrian Morejon? 5 innings, 10 hits. He's got a 2.2 whip. I know it's 5 innings, but last year, Adrian Morejon hardly gave up 10 hits the whole year.
Yeah, he was
unstoppable. He was unhittable. Right now, he looks incredibly hittable. So there's 2. Who do you feel good about? Marinaccio?
I actually do kind of feel good about him.
But, you're going to turn a 7th inning to him? How about Bradgley? Do you feel good about him? Hasn't walked anybody yet?
I do, but I don't think he's ready for the 7th yet.
Yeah, I don't either. David Morgan may be the 7th, but if you look a little closer, David's got 7 innings of no runs, but he's also walked 6 in 7 innings. He's had a lot of traffic. He's kind of been the Vasquez of the bullpen this year.
He's been the traffic cop.
I don't feel good, and I just don't get the feeling that they can be too confident right now when the starter comes out in the 6th and Mason Miller isn't coming until the 9th, because they've got to get 7-8 outs in that bullpen almost every night. That's how baseball works these days.
Yeah.
Starters don't go 8 and then the reliever comes in. Starters go 5 2/3, and then you got to find guys to get those 7-8 outs. Right now, I don't feel confident the Padres are going to get those.
I don't either.
So that's weird to me because we've always had that. And the only difference right now is that Jason Adam isn't here. I guess Matsui's not here either.
That's true.
So, those 2 guys get healthy. What are you going to do? Get rid of Marinaccio and Kyle Hart?
You can't get rid of.
I didn't say you could. I don't know what you're going to do.
Answering.
You only have so many spots on the roster.
Well, they're going to have to play the game.
You're not going to give up Morejon.
No. They're going to play the game of you have options. We're going to option you.
I think you are. Wandy Peralta pitched an inning yesterday. He walked the first guy, and darn well you went, oh, God.
I did.
And he got a double play, and he got out of it. But I don't feel good with him at all. He's been in 6 games, Wandy, and to me, he's blown 3 of them. And I'm not looking
you
at
don't want my answer.
I'm not looking at the blown save stat, or I'm not looking at the hold stat. I'm looking at when you come in, do you do the job? End of story. Yes or no? Kyle Hart, I'm going to give him a yes today, but it was a sketchy yes. I'm going to give Estrada a yes today, but it's not without me having my heart in my throat a couple of times. So we'll see. This early. We'll check on it. Mason Miller obviously can't pitch every game, every inning. He's incredible, though. Goodness.
He is incredible.
13 strikeouts in 18 batters.
I really do think that Jason Adam is going to be back in this next homestand, maybe even tomorrow.
I hope so. And, can we count on him to just pick up right where he left off?
That's a good question.
You got to give him a little time to get comfortable and, trust his stuff. And, we'll see.
He pitched some scoreless. He had some scoreless outings in AAA.
Yeah,
3 of them, I believe.
I don't know that the San Antonio or who do they play?
El Paso.
Yeah, but who does El Paso play?
Oh, probably some
the Oklahoma City 69ers or 89ers or whatever the hell they are.
Let me go see.
I don't know who's in that league. I'm just saying it's not the big leagues. So I Jason Adam, hopefully rush him back, whatever. But the bullpen is scaring me right now. And I thought I'd never say that with the Padres.
Yeah, it is their strength.
Normally.
The Isotopes, Albuquerque Isotopes.
Yeah, the Isotope. There you go.
The Reno Aces.
There you go. Other concerns, despite the victory today, Fernando swinging like a rusty gate. I know it's early. 3 doubles in 12 games. That's 1 extra base hit every 4 games. He's got 4 RBIs. He got a bouncing single in the 9th inning today to drive in a run. I don't pay him anything, but I don't think we are paying the team $38 million for bouncing singles and a 196 average. It's early. It's Fernando. He's one of the greatest players in the history of the sport. Only, he just doesn't look anything like that at the moment. Defensively, he's doing fine. He made a nice catch today, stole a base today, but you're looking at the same at-bats I am out there. And if you are, you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing, which isn't a whole lot of confidence.
Last year, at least, we got that little glimpse of Fernando being amazing at the beginning of the year.
Last year, he went crazy in April. Then in May, he hit 184.
And never found it again.
Never totally found it again. But at least in May, when he hit 184 last year, he had 5 home runs.
True.
This year, he's got 12 games. I don't think he's hit more than 2 balls out of the infield.
Maybe we just need to give up on the home run thing. We just got to give up on it because it doesn't seem to matter to them.
Finally, fine. Then hit doubles. You can't win games with 3 singles.
No.
Consistently.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't. And you can't rely on teams to throw the ball away the way the Pirates did today consistently. Eventually, you need some slug.
You do.
Manny didn't play today. I don't mind that. And Duhar came up with a nice game today. Castellanos has continued to contribute at the right moment. He's got, 3 clutch hits on this road trip for 5 RBIs. That's important. That's the kind of thing you need. And then some of the basics. You can't, Michael King just completely obliterates the handling of a rundown today. Brain cramp, call it what you will. Good teams don't do rundowns like that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back through, but he threw to the wrong base and the guy ended up being safe. And those things bug me because I'm kind of a stickler for
I bet
things.
We don't see that again this season from Michael King.
I hope not. Guys on second base, no outs. We had it 3 times today. We didn't move the runner once. These things are going to affect you. I know it doesn't seem like much when you win 8-2, but remember, this was a 0-0 game for most of the day. Little things are going to matter to this team. Why? Because they don't bomb home runs.
Mm-hmm.
When you bomb home runs and score 8-9 runs, you can make mistakes.
Yes.
When you don't hit home runs and bomb, that stuff, you can't make as many. That's just the way it works. Not thrilled at how they played today, but they won. And 6-6 after a 1-4 start. That's a thumbs up.
And a 4-2 road trip.
Yeah, 4-2 road trip to the East. You played one of the worst teams in baseball, the Red Sox, this year.
You think so?
This year they are, so far.
Okay.
And you played one of the worst teams in baseball every year, the Pirates. Before that, you played the Giants, who are also one of the worst teams in baseball.
The Giants took that series.
And now you're playing really the worst team ever in baseball, the Rockies, although the Rockies are currently crazy in 6-6. Just like you are.
I don't like it. I don't like that the Rockies are coming to town after sweeping.
They swept the Astros, and they held the Astros, I think, to 3 runs in 3 games. I don't know that.
What happened to the Astros?
I don't know that that's ever happened in the history of Coors Field.
That is
like that the Rockies
wild.
have held a team to 3 runs in 3 games.
That's pretty crazy, gotta say.
Doesn't happen too often if it's ever happened before. I don't think it's right. I think it was 2 runs in the last 2 games, but still, that's a lot for the Rockies. Take a break. More Gwynn and Chris coming up. Stick around in the happy hour.
From the 8-5.
Tony, you care to,
Tony, I don't know where Tony went.
Because Tony,
I see the corner of his room.
Oh, well, hopefully he'll be back shortly. Harbaugh.
I'm not sure where he went. I might text him to see if he's okay here in a second.
Hope he didn't. Yeah.
Did you think he fell in the shower?
Well, I hope he didn't meet with foul play.
You think he met with foul play in our commercial break?
I don't know.
I mean, he is in New York City. So.
He's in New York City. It could be, you never know.
All right, we'll just go forward.
We're just going to go forward without Tony. I'm sure he'll rejoin us when he gets a moment.
Everybody stare at that box in the top right corner because it's just the corner of his room.
I'm going to look now. I'm kind of intrigued.
Oh, someone says maybe he's in the bathroom. I don't know.
He's been known to go there. as have all of us, frankly, but him more than most.
Over under, Tony just forgot that he was doing the show.
That's not nice. So maybe that's what they're thinking.
You know what just hit me, Chris?
No.
What if Tony went out to get like ice or something and he forgot his room key?
That is something
Very
that
well
he
possible.
is more than capable of doing.
Because he would never be gone this late, this long, with knowing that he was on the show.
No kidding, man. We took a commercial break like 5 minutes ago, and he has not returned.
I'm going to text him.
Like, are you out in the hall trying to get into your room right now?
Everything okay?
Oh, no. This
Question mark.
Scaring me. No. Did you hear back from Tony yet?
No, I'm thinking
something.
I'm thinking he locked himself out. He doesn't have his phone because it's in the room, so he's down at the front desk or something. I
don't know. I'm sure there's a story in here somewhere.
There's definitely got to be a
air.
story. Anyway. I was very concerned about Tony, and I took him off the screen because he's not back. I guarantee you he got locked out of his room.
I don't think you're wrong, because that makes sense. But how far away is the lobby? Of course, the New York hotel, it could be one of those ones where you got to wait a while to get up to the...
And he's just sitting lying. I don't know why I find this so funny, but it is.
Well, it's funny if he comes back with a funny story.
Yeah, like I locked myself out.
It's not funny if he fell and hit his head somewhere and we don't know where he is. That's not funny.
Of course, that's not funny.
He's obviously not with his phone because he hasn't gotten back to us.
Has Tony locked himself out before? Not during the show, but I'm sure he has at one point in his life.
Of all people, Tony would certainly seem to be one who would do it.
Oh, August also says, Clinton said, got to use the key card for the elevator too. So maybe he's just stuck.
Can't even get down? No, you don't need the key card to go down.
Okay.
You only need those to go up. You should be able to get down to the lobby to say, hey, I locked myself out. In New York City. But if we do, can you go to the Padre Hotel and knock on Tony's door? We don't know where he is still.
No.
Still hasn't come back.
And I turned on
It's been 20 minutes now.
I know. Now I'm starting to get a little worried.
Yeah. Where'd he go? What happened?
I don't know. I would call the front desk of the hotel, but I have no idea where they're staying.
I don't know where they're staying either. And when you sent him a text and said, is everything all right? We have not heard back from him. He is still not back in his room.
I bet you he is standing in line in the lobby as we speak.
I'm trying to get his key back.
Someone said text Jesse or Dave. And
it's really not a bad idea. Maybe at the next break, though.
Yes.
If we get to the next break, we got to text those guys so that they can go make sure he's okay. Because I don't know where he is. It's crazy.
Dave Marcus is probably the one to text.
We'll text Dave.
Because he's, Jesse could be doing anything, but Dave's always there ready to go.
You're trying to say Dave has a ho-hum life and he'd just be sitting around waiting for a text, whereas Jesse might be busy? Is that what you're...
Dave's been doing this job for like 30 years. I don't think the what is the word I'm looking for? Never mind.
All right. Well, there's certainly an explanation, but we don't have it yet.
Text Scan. I don't know Scan well enough to text him.
We're going to text Dave if this gets to the top of the hour, and we still don't have a Tony Gwynn Jr. sighting. All right, do we just go to traffic like it's normal behavior time? I mean, it just seems weird.
We got to move on with the show.
Show must go on?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, we're going to do the good, the bad, and the really, really weird and ugly next here after traffic. All right, it's with less enthusiasm than usual that we embark on the good, the bad, and the ugly for week 2, Scrape.
I'm going to try not to worry too much.
I'm going to try not to worry also. I'm not necessarily the worrying type.
I'm not either.
But, I'm intrigued now at this point. Like it's with this long pass to Devontae Smith.
He's back!
Helped put him there.
Hold on, he's back, everybody!
Stop everything.
I literally, we went to commercial break. I laid on the bed, and then I just fell asleep.
I never even considered it.
Tony, you care to...
Tony, I don't know where Tony went.
Because Tony...
I see the corner of his room.
Oh. Well, hopefully he'll be back shortly. Harbaugh.
I'm not sure where he went. I might text him to see if he's okay here in a second.
Hope he didn't. Yeah.
Did you think he fell in the shower or
Well, I hope he
something?
didn't meet with foul play.
You think he met with foul play in our commercial break?
I don't know.
I mean, he is in New York City. So.
He's in New York City. It could be, you never know.
All right, we'll just go forward.
We're just going to go forward without Tony. I'm sure he'll rejoin us when he gets a moment.
Everybody stare at that box in the top right corner because it's just the corner of his room.
GL Pools. They're the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say radio when you talk to them, and you'll get yourself a free month of service. Gwynn Chris from the Bill Howe Studios. We know how. We also know that still, the Odyssey Palace as well.
Yes,
people ask me how comfortable the Odyssey Palace is, and I tell them it's
comfortable.
Yeah, it's not. I say it's not. Well, I call it a palace, so people think it's really nice.
Do you tell them that we can't figure out the temperature in this room?
The temperature is a battle in here for sure.
I
starts
walked in
off
here
really warm, and I wear long sleeves even in the summer because it gets so cold by the end of the show.
People always ask me, "Why are you wearing a sweatshirt? It's 98 degrees outside."
Right.
Because it's about 62 in here.
Good news. Not only did the Padres win today, 8-2 over Pittsburgh, Dodgers lost. Blue Jays come back from 3-1 down, beat the Blue Crew. The Blue Jays beat the Blue Crew 4-3 today in Toronto. Shohei Ohtani, 6 innings, allowed just 1 unearned run. But the Dodger bullpen let this one get away. 2 in the 7th for Toronto, tied it. They win it with 1 in the 8th. So yeah, good. Padres are 6-6. Dodgers, I believe, 9-3. Scrappy, we're only 3 back with 150 to play.
I think they have enough
I think
time.
we got a time to catch them.
I think they do.
Hopefully they will catch them. I got a couple of quick stories before this is like my happy hour fun stuff. Well, one is more serious. So you want to start with the fun one? More fun first.
Okay.
We've talked about the NBA and the fact that these teams are tanking. I don't know if you saw this, but the other night the Kings were playing the Warriors. The Kings are leading by 1 point with 3 minutes to go in the game. The Warriors have the ball down 1. Sacramento coach Doug Christie calls for forward Doug McDermott. He tells him, go foul Seth Curry, even though they're in the penalty. Everyone in the arena is going, what the hell are they doing? You're winning the game and you're committing an intentional foul
that is
on a guy who is an 86% free throw shooter.
That is kind of insane.
After the game, Draymond Green, never one to mince words, said, I saw a team tonight foul Seth Curry with 3 minutes to go for no reason. Green said, I get fined when I do wrong, so fine the hell out of these people. And he's referring to the tanking epidemic, and everybody's thinking that Sacramento just trying to lose these games. Well, the Kings have had time to think about it.
Oh, what's their excuse?
They're saying that Christie wanted to use a timeout before the clock ticked under 3 because then he would have lost it in the NBA's rules of having to use it. And he miscalculated that the Warriors were in the bonus and didn't know by fouling he'd be putting Curry on the line. Okay.
I can buy that.
You can? That a coach is that stupid that he didn't know that the team was in the penalty? It's right there on the board. We can all see it.
I was going to buy it for a second, but I can't
Don't buy this. This is stupidity.
This is coaching 101
And
stuff.
if Doug Christie was that dumb to not know that he was going to put a guy on the line like that, then he shouldn't be my coach in the first place. NBA's got so many issues. I just want to get to the playoffs and watch some games.
But you know what they're most concerned about, or they're most, what's the word I'm looking for? Focused on? Expanding the league.
Yeah.
Expanding the league, doing a European league.
Here's the great Doug Christie after a recent win over the Jazz. Quote, tanking is the last thing I would do. I respect the game too much. Well, I don't believe you. But if I did believe you, then what's the matter with all the people that don't respect the game enough? Because there's a lot of people tanking.
Yeah.
And we see it, and it's just, it doesn't have to even be in the game anymore. Just the lineup. We talked about it earlier. The Washington Wizards, who were in the running for the worst record, started 2 G League guys last night against the Bulls just to make sure they would lose, and they did. By 31 to the Bulls, who haven't beaten anybody, in the last 2 months.
Yeah, that's a pretty good win for the Bulls right there.
Sure. All right, here's the other story. This is more serious, but I have some thoughts on it, and I don't know what's right.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Prosecutors are seeking Tiger Woods' prescription drug records from a pharmacy.
Oh.
They want to see what he's been taking. This after his vehicle crashed in Florida. Arrested on suspicion of DUI. I've heard a lot of people say this, Scrape. If it were me, they'd lock me up and throw away the key.
Yes, they would.
But it's Tiger Woods, and he gets preferential treatment. On the other side, I've seen people say locking him up and throwing away the key is not the best thing for Tiger Woods. The best thing for Tiger Woods is to get some help, real help, so that this kind of stuff stops happening before he kills himself or someone else. So where should we come down? The prosecutors are trying to, find it out and get him convicted here. Should we be rooting for them to do that? Or
Yes.
should we be rooting for Tiger to find the help he needs?
Sometimes
Both?
you find the help you need in bad things happening to you.
Maybe.
And so maybe that would be a wake up for him. I have no issues with them trying to go after his prescription history.
Yeah.
Because he got pulled over. Well, he didn't get pulled over. He rolled his car.
Rolled
and
his
had
car.
two loose pills in his pocket.
Yeah.
I have no issues with them going
I
after
talked to a
this.
friend of mine who's a fireman in San Diego, and he's on the scene of a lot of
Bad
emergency
accidents, yeah,
calls.
Yeah.
And, in his experience, I kind of trust because he's been on this stuff. He's seen it. And he said, you have to be driving like an absolute idiot to roll your car.
On a street like that, too?
Yes, you can't just roll your car because you happen to clip somebody.
No.
Unless it's the perfect angle.
And you were going too fast.
So, somebody's got to present. I just don't want to read a story where it goes across the bottom line. Breaking news, Tiger Woods has died. I don't want to see it. And don't say I'm overreacting, because that's what we saw with Matthew Perry and Michael Jackson and Prince and the guy from the Angels, Tyler Skaggs, and a bunch of other guys. I don't want to see that name and Tiger Woods. And people say, it'll never happen. Yeah, I will. If he keeps driving like this, even if he doesn't kill himself, he's going to kill someone else. And that may be even worse.
Even outside of the driving, he could be killing himself by taking all these medications. I don't think you're crazy for saying that. I unfortunately, after what we've learned in the last few months about Tiger, it would not surprise me if something bad happened, because that's the lifestyle that he's living or was living. He really needs to. The biggest thing is for him to actually believe that he needs help. And I'm hoping that
Sounds like he believes it.
Okay.
I hope it takes hold. This is an incredible thing to me. It was Thanksgiving of what year? When it was all
2010?
started? 2009.
2009.
So that means Tiger Woods' fall from grace has been 17 years in the
But
making.
he made it back. Once he started, once people started seeing that he was a human and he had kids and Charlie, he kind of made it back into the good graces of the public. And then this thing takes him out of it again.
Well, you think this thing took him out, or did the 2021 car crash when he butchered his leg?
See, that's the thing that...
Did people just feel sorry for him that time and just
Well, he
kinda
wasn't
up?
under the influence at the time.
I don't know. He's had 2 DUIs. That wasn't one, or that was another one. It's just
He had
different.
another one where
Okay.
he was
just got pulled,
I think he
just got pulled over.
I think he was maybe sleeping in the car. And then they asked him to do the alphabet or something. It was the video's online.
Okay. Anyway, Tiger Woods was before Thanksgiving of 2009, exalted more than maybe any person, celebrity, athlete on this planet.
He was squeaky clean.
The best. 17 years, he's sullied it, and that is not easy to do when you were at the heights that he had reached.
That is true.
Okay, so I'm going to root for him to go to jail
Me too.
Get prosecuted, and then while he's sitting there, realize when I get out, I need help, the right help.
Yes, he needs.
So you kind of want
help.
both things to happen.
You do, because I got put in jail. It changed my perspective on things. I was like, man,
yeah,
I could start getting to jail a lot because I'm doing these really, really bad things. So I don't want to do that. So maybe I need to re-examine. Jail's not a fun place. I don't know if you know that, Chris.
Spent a night there once. Didn't like it.
No, I didn't like it either.
Gwynn and Chris continues with more of the happy hour stuff on 97.3 The Fan.
From the first pitch of the year.
more than they had all year coming into the game. They had 5 all season. 6 today, ran away from the Pirates 9-2. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris, 5:34 the time. Happy hour wrapping up here. Stolen base was a good thing to the Padres today in the win. It also was a bad thing for the Dodgers and their loss. Toronto got the winning run on a first and third steal opportunity, and the throw down to second base by Will Smith bounced away. And in came the winning run from third base on one of those double steal deals. So
All right.
I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised the Dodgers in a 3-3 game would throw down to second base there and risk the winning run coming in. But they did.
That's an arrogant move right there.
The Dodgers just figured they'll score 6 in the top of the ninth anyway
exactly.
and win the game. They didn't win today. The Blue Jays took them out 4-3. Padres 6-6 come home to take on, believe it or not, the 6-6 Colorado Rockies, who completed a sweep today of the Astros. The Rockies have now matched their total of sweeps from all of last season. They had 1 last year, and they have 1 already this year.
Hey, Drew Goodman did not steer us wrong.
Drew Goodman said we're going to be better.
I don't even think he thought.
I don't think he expected to come to town here 6-6. Remember when we talked at the beginning and I said, the Rockies are coming here after 12 games. What do you think their record will be? You said 2-10.
Yeah.
I said, I'll give them 4-8 at tops.
And they're 6-6.
So Padres will go after them tomorrow. You know who's pitching, though, tomorrow for the Padres? Come on.
Is it our guy Randy Vasquez?
It's everybody's favorite guy all of a sudden. Randy Vasquez, the guy you worry about the least.
I love Randy Vasquez.
Last year, if it was Randy Vasquez, you'd all be going, oh man. This year, Randy Vasquez is pitching. Yes.
You know why I love Randy Vasquez? Because I read about him in the offseason, and he did a major transformation of his
attitude.
body and
His attitude. Yeah.
and then he's working with you, Darvish.
You're absolutely right. He decided
he
to work.
worked on it.
He worked on his craft. Funny. Seems like a thing you'd normally want to do, but people say he didn't really work on it so much last year.
Is that what they say?
Year. I've heard.
I have not heard that.
Masters starts tomorrow morning. Also, one more thing for tomorrow morning before we finish with Mark Ziegler today. The epic Padre Roundtable will take place at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, live, 60 minutes of commercial-free Padre talk. Are you in on it tomorrow?
No, I'm.
You're not in tomorrow.
I'm not going to be in on many of them.
Oh,
because I don't think I'll be able to. Anyway, I have another job, so.
Oh, yes, you do have other things you do.
But I
now.
will. But I'm going to try to do one here and there.
Here and there.
So last week was because
tomorrow's
Braden was off.
Tomorrow's squad, I believe, will be Ben Woods, Chris Ello, Braden, and special guest Mark Mudcat Grant.
Yeah,
it'll be first epic roundtable performance from Mud. I'm looking forward to that.
I like the new wrinkle of adding a guest.
I think it's a good idea. It's the first time we've ever done it. I think Mark Grant will make me the second funniest person on the roundtable tomorrow because he himself is pretty funny.
He is going to be funny. I'm really curious to see how it goes with him. Not because it's going to be bad, just because, like, you guys are going to be critical of this team. He's kind of critical of this team, but I want to see how far he's willing to go.
I'm going to throw it over. I want to go throwing it over to you now, Mudley.
Mudley. I do love the Mudley name.
Mudley. All right. Traffic. And then we finish things up. Mark Ziegler was on with us earlier. I thought it was a good conversation. First on the Aztecs and them losing all their basketball players to the portal. But then some more just general stuff about basketball, college basketball, the portal, how they can change it, save it. It's good. And we also mixed a little Olympics talk into this. I don't know how we did all of this in such a short time. We'll find out.
From the 855 Get Ross San Diego after accidents or injury.
And we have an accident. The connector is partially blocked at the 15 South at the 8 over by Camino del Rio. It's backed up to Friars Road. And traffic is brought to you by the Caltrans Stormwater Program. Visit them at cleanwaterca.com. I'm Andre with Gwynn and Chris on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I guess everybody feels like the grass is greener somewhere else, even guys that are probably in decent situations. Mark Ziegler does join us. We appreciate it as always. Hi, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
Just wait for my phone to ring and see who's next or who's coming next. It's just kind of a weird space right now.
It is weird, but to be expected, I think, right? And number one and number two, without being, suggesting something that's not true, I kind of get the feeling that this was a team that Brian Dutcher isn't going to be minding, that breaks up a little bit. I think he'd almost want to give it a shot with a different group next year.
Yeah, and if you look at the Final Four, okay, UConn had a bunch of guys back, but the national champion was built with all transfers. I think it's just the way of the world right now, and they gave this team and this group of guys 2 years, and it wasn't like they were terrible. They went to the NCAA tournament 1 year, they just missed on another year.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I don't know if anyone will admit it over there, but I think there's just sort of a feeling like, okay, it's time. Let's try something else. Now, it might not be better than what they had, because when you look at the talent that they were able to keep and the discount that a lot of those guys took to stay,
right,
that was pretty substantial. To get that level of talent in this market is going to require money they don't have. But that said, it's not all about talent. It's about, cohesion, chemistry, and maybe less is more. Maybe having a shorter rotation will get you some better results.
I was curious because I went through your story with a fine-tooth comb, and of course I've seen everybody, right? I know, but hey, look, this is my favorite team, the Aztec basketball. That's my favorite team. I keep a close eye on this. And the guys in the portal, you had kind of suggested a while ago, we're probably going to go in there. The guy that surprised me based on what I'm reading at this point is LZ Harrington. I kind of thought he was almost a given, being as he sat out the end of the season. I'm not saying it's a done deal yet, but so far he's staying right at the moment, right, Mark?
It looks like it is.
Okay.
He is. I think that's the direction they're leaning in now. They're the guys who are not in the portal. They're frantically trying to finalize deals that kind of lock them into staying in San Diego State,
right.
And nothing's done until it's done. And I was talking to Brian Dutcher yesterday. He goes, "Look, the fan base may be surprised by some stuff. We are not surprised anymore.
Yeah.
Nothing surprises us. So until somebody has signed on the dotted line, and even then sometimes there are surprises, nothing's finalized. But I think it's fair to say that the guys who are not in the portal right now are guys who are planning on staying, and the guys who are in the portal are planning on leaving. I don't think you'll see too much crossover there."
Talking to Mark Ziegler of the San Diego Union Tribune here on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. I want to talk about the marketing aspect of everything, because it's got to be extremely difficult for a college to get people to buy in season after season when the team is different every single year. And I know that this is a problem for most of college basketball, but how do the Aztecs sell their program and sell their tickets without knowing who's going to be on this team?
That's a really good question, and I don't know if anybody has that answer. And I don't think we've really seen the effects of this on fan bases yet. I think it's going to be a little bit delayed. I think it's going to be 2-3 years down the road. But I know there is fatigue among the fan base. I hear it all the time. I have lots of friends who are season ticket holders who are considering for the first time not renewing. And these are people who had tickets for 10, 15, 20 years. And they are considering it. Doesn't mean they'll do it, but the fact that they're considering it tells me that there is a lot of anxiety and fatigue there with the fan base. And, it's a delicate thing. I think, if you're a administration, you're trying to get your coach to fill the roster as quickly as possible and try to build some excitement over that team for the next year. But I just think people are going to get tired of trying to learn new names and faces and see them leave every year. And eventually they'll just hit a breaking point. We saw some games this year that Piazza Arena was not sold out. That's coming off of 5 straight years in the NCAA tournament. I think that was a warning sign. And I think you'll see some more of those next year. It'll be interesting to see if they even sell out for the first time in a while with season tickets. So it's a good problem to have at San Diego State where, you've got a season ticket base that's always coming. But even at San Diego State, I think you can see that eroding a little bit.
Yeah. Mark Ziegler's with us, having my contacts and, closeness with the women's team. They're going the exact same thing, just different issues and different, monetary values, but kids are all looking for the perfect, the grass is greener. Mark, let me ask you, because there's two people I really trust on college basketball. You're at the top. Jay Billis, who I don't get to talk to as much, is right there as well. And he was talking about the fact that the NCAA had their chance. Like 50 years, they could have put something together that helped, appease and compensate the athletes. And they looked the other way, and they just hid behind the antitrust exemptions or whatever they had. And now they're stuck where they are, and they're in Washington, D.C. on their knees trying to get this to stop. I'm sure Jay Billis is pretty close to correct. How do you and where do you see this going in the immediate future? Because it doesn't look like it can stay. It doesn't seem like a model that can exist forever.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen in the near future is, so how are universities funding this? Because they don't have the money. I mean, everyone wants to say, oh, our college athletics has so much money and the athletes are just getting their piece. They don't have the money. Not when you have Title IX and you are requiring universities to have women's sports programs that don't make money.
Right.
And so how are they funding this? Well, the way they're funding it is by going into debt. And that's San Diego State, and that's most universities in the country. And the athletic departments are going into huge amounts of debt. So a few years ago, San Diego State, if they had a $500,000 debt in the athletic department, it was a big issue. Well, now we're talking $20-30 million a year.
Wow.
And so it's a huge issue. And so what's going to happen is right now, the academic side of campuses is largely divorced from this, but they are going to start to look at this and go, well, wait a minute. You're making me make a 10% cut in my chemistry department, and your athletic department is allowed to carry these kind of debts? No, this is not going to continue. What's our mission here? Are we a university or are we a professional sports organization? And I think that is going to curtail it. That's what's going to bring it back a little bit and maybe force some change. Yes, they're trying to do this in Congress, and maybe they'll get something done there. But even if you try to put a cap on it, the whole NIL thing is a horse so far out of the barn. I just don't think you can bring that back. I think the courts are just going to shoot everything down, and you're going to be able to basically pay athletes whatever you want to.
And after all of that, the tournament still was pretty exciting. I thought, it brought a lot of thrills once you get to the actual games. Mark Ziegler is with us. I want to ask you, I get to steal you for a second. Olympics and tickets. My wife has us in whatever the portal is to buy tickets. What do you know about all this? What do they do with the $1,000 ticket price, Mark, at the Olympic? Who gets all my money when I start buying tickets for Los Angeles in 2028?
Well, if you follow the World Cup just completely gouged everybody.
Yes.
And people still paid it. A lot of people still paid it, but a lot of people got priced out. I'm going to be really interested to see what happens with the Olympics because they're running a fiscal deficit right now, I believe. I think they're really worried about trying to break even. And this is not an organization where you can just have a deficit and it'll get taken care of by somebody. You don't want to, strap, the city of Los Angeles or the county of Los Angeles with that bill, particularly in a state that's bankrupt already and is going to be bankrupt for several years going forward.
I guess. Yeah.
So ticket prices are going to be high. They're going to try to gouge everything they can out of you. And I'm interested to see what the prices are going to be for the tickets to the soccer games in San Diego. Some of those are going to be very, very attractive, like the U.S. women's national team and maybe the U.S. men's national team. And some of them are going to be awful games. I mean, some of them are going to be, the women's tournaments expanded to 16 teams. And, basically anything from 8 through 16 is a terrible team.
Right. So they could be winning 14-0
to watch soccer that's worse than something you could go see at a local club on a weekend.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be interesting to me to see how they price that. But yeah, they're going to probably be expensive, and it's the Olympics. You want to go see the Olympics, you're going to have to pay.
Yeah, that is very interesting to me. Because we were just talking about this in the last segment, and I may have erroneously said that they don't really have to pay for much as the Olympics. Do they have to rent the venues, or do they have to give money to the cities to try and build everything up, or how does that work?
I thought the cities gave them money.
What I'm basically asking is, what does the Olympics have to spend?
What's
money
their
on?
overhead, Mark?
Well, that's the thing is the Olympic contract, basically, the IOC comes for almost nothing. And that's sort of the price of hosting an Olympics. And you just have to suck it up and find ways to make money.
That's what I thought.
Now they get some money from the TV contract. That's the biggest money, is the TV contract with NBC. But as the organizing committee, you have to find ways to make it work. And in many, many, many countries, that's a huge deficit. Now, a lot of countries will eat that money just so they can say they host the Olympics and all the benefits that come with being a quote unquote Olympic city. Los Angeles is already an Olympic city. They've already had an Olympics. I don't know that having another Olympics is going to change much for the city, but in some places, that's kind of the calculus.
Changes
But if you look
everything,
to like Athens, what happened in Athens, it bankrupted Greece, and a lot of their financial problems can be rooted back to the Olympics. So there's no guarantee they're going to make money on this thing, and that's why you're going to see high ticket prices.
Full circle, Mark. Back to the Aztecs and the transfer portal. It is officially open because the season is over. When is it, quote, officially closed? And can players start changing teams now, or do they have to wait till it's closed? What is going to happen here going forward?
No, they can start making. You've got to be in it. If you're going to change teams, you got to be in it before it closes. So it's open for 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. Okay.
And so we've got a while to go. But once you're in it, you can start changing teams. And then even after it closes, you can change teams if you are in it.
Okay.
And so there's a couple of exceptions with grad transfers and that type of thing where you don't need to be in the portal. But for the most part, all these players are going to have to be in there. So that, teams trying to keep guys are not going to breathe a sigh of relief until the thing is actually closed. And you could see people commit to a team today, tomorrow, the next day, or it could happen in May and June. So it's just sort of an open-ended question in terms of who you're going to get. But I think you'll start seeing a lot of movement by the end of this week.
Is it just like a website where they go to and they can filter out, like, I need a guard that is, does this and this and this, and then they say, oh, that guy, I'm going to go after him. I don't know how it actually works.
Yeah, what do the coaches do? There's a portal that they can look in themselves, right?
Yeah, and they can see all the names that are in there, and then they can go on to what they call Synergy, which everybody has, which is a film. It's a company that takes all the film from all the games, and then it clips individual. So you can say, okay, Joe Smith is a guard. I want to see all his screen rolls and empty ball screens on the right side of the floor. And then boom, click a button, and you'll see 15 clips over the season.
Wow.
And so that's how they scout a lot of these guys. And then there's also analytics programs that break down every player and by analytics and say, this is what their value is, and slot them into, high major starting center. That's going to be
wow.
That's a $2 million player. And now that's an inexact science. And, that's an analytic guy, probably never played basketball saying it, but so you have to, and then you got to do your background checks, and you got to call parents, you got to call, AAU coaches, assistant coaches, everybody trying to find out, is this guy good seed, bad seed?
Right, what kind of guy?
Your problem, is he not? Yeah. So it's so complex, it's so complicated.
Yeah.
And when you've got 3,000 guys in it, you can imagine how much work you got to do.
I know that the last thing the women's basketball players at San Diego State and every other team do before they go out on the court to practice is they put that little chip into their jersey, which monitors every single move that they make for the next hour and a half. And they wear them during the games too.
Yeah.
And this is how all these analytics are all acquired. Wow. And it boggles the mind because I can't figure it all out. And I've asked, like, how does this work? What happens? And then I start losing. I'm like, okay, forget it. I don't get it. All right, Mark.
And the one thing I'll say about that too is some programs really rely on analytics. An example is New Mexico and Eric Olin, right? He has his, all the numbers are the same, but he has his own secret sauce of which numbers matter and which ones don't.
Okay.
He puts together his own sort of score for each player. And okay, we need a guard. We want him to have this kind of score, and they go after that guard. Brian Dutcher is not an analytics guy, and so a lot of what they do is culture-based, defensive-based, toughness-based, and so the analytics don't necessarily reflect that. And so I think their job actually becomes harder because they have to evaluate character, they have to evaluate versatility, things like that, length, athleticism, that are really important in the way they play defense and just the way they run their team. And so I think in some respects, the analytics guys have it easy right now, or easier. And guys like Brian Dutcher and his staff have a much, much tougher job evaluating and picking the right guys in a very short amount of time.
Scrappy was just showing me a video of something that caught his eye. What was it?
It did. It was the game today between the Angels and the Braves, and they were trying to catch the Angels catcher was trying to catch someone stealing, and in his follow through, he punched the batter in the bat area down below.
The batter who was standing there next to
Jonah
him while
Heim.
he was
So it
throwing
was a
the ball.
catcher on catcher crime.
Catcher on catcher crime.
They go back after the whole throwdown. They go back and they look, and he's like, Jonah Heim's like
doubled over.
I've never seen that before.
No, that's a new one. All right, Padres over the Pirates, 8-2 today. They take the series. They come home 6-6. Rockies tomorrow start a 4-game series. Last year at this time, the Rockies came to town, and the Padres not only swept them, they did not allow a run. I don't know that that's going to be the case this time. Looks like the Rockies are quite a bit better. But Randy Vasquez will be out there to try and shut them down tomorrow night. Don't forget, we got epic Padres roundtable tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Mark Grant is a celebrity guest host. Tony Gwynn Jr. will be back with us on the program tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Scrappy, you do Chronicles tonight?
I sure am.
Come on!
I sure am.
There's more of this good stuff ahead with Scrappy.
You're right.
Talk to everybody tomorrow. I will. Scrappy will talk to all of you next.